say heaven is the thing. You trade your legs for angels' wings. One day we've all said goodbye. You take a running leap and you learn to fly. Bye bye, little Sebastian. Miss you in the satisfaction. Bye bye, little Sebastian. You're 5,000 candles in the wind. You know we all miss you every day. We know you're up there reading heaven's hay. And here's the part that hurts the most. Humans cannot ride a ghost. Bye bye, little Sebastian. Miss you in the satisfaction. Bye bye, little Sebastian. Yeah, 5,000 candles in the wind. Everybody singing now. Bye bye, little Sebastian. Miss you in the satisfaction. Sebastian, you're 5,000 candles in the wind. Maybe someday we'll saddle up again. And I know I'll always miss my horsiest friend. Spread your wings and fly. Spread your wings and fly.
A hippie to the hip, hip hoppy, you don't stop. A rocker to the bang, bang boogie, so up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie that beat. Now what you hear is not a test, I'm rapping to the beat. And me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
Steady walks wearily down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat, yeah. Toot, 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 dancing very close, really breathing, almost good. You won't get much closer till you sacrifice it all. You won't get to taste it with your face against the wall. Show the power trap within. What's up, y'all? Welcome to the streams. Ooh, what is that lovely noise that I'm hearing? Does that have anything to do with... Aha, it's the bass that is not plugged in yet. I see. Well, we will mute that for now. Yeah, we're going to leave the guitar active because I like having my guitar at the ready. What is up, Timber the Rapper? Or it might be timber, like wood, but the European spelling, I suppose it could be that. Gets a little more light in here, I think. Let's get some stuff. What's going on? I have no perms in Discord to do anything. Discord won't let me do anything on your server, man. Well, hold up. Give me a second, man. Let me fix this shit for you. Let me help you out. Either way, you don't need the Discord to use the stream, you know. I've programmed it in this way so that... There you are. Look at that. Timber. You are now an artist. I would love to have, like, people actually self-label themselves in my server. I would love to find a way to do that, but I'm really bad with Discord and, like, just barely know how to get it functioning, let alone how to, like, activate its higher functions. But I'd like for people to be able to, like, identify themselves like singer-songwriter, musician, and or producer, engineer, that kind of stuff. I'd love those labels to be like, you do it your damn self. Don't make me do it. But there you go, man. Timber the Rapper, you figured it out. It is as simple as that. You just join the queue, and you're in. That's as simple as I can make it. Command join in the chat. You don't have to go anywhere else. I can help with that if you want me to. Tim, dude, hit me up on Discord. I just approved you, so you should probably be able to speak with me. Actually, I'm gonna say like, yo, what up in DM, so we can talk about that off stream, if you will, and if you would, because I'm always open to learning this kind of stuff. I'm just not the best with the Discord world. Like, I'm not terrible, but like, I need to do some things. I need to figure out some things, and I don't like that the roles themselves, I have to like enable them. It's annoying and it's a lot of work. I would prefer to just like have you guys accept a lot of like modalities, like by being a part of the server, you agree to the following, and then you classify yourself as your own tag. I would love that. So, anyways, we can figure that out on another time though, Timber. I just sent you a message, a PM. Message me later on and I'll go on a call with you this week sometime. Screen share how I would do it on my server so you don't need to give me perms. Oh, that's nice of you, man. That's appreciated. We could do a screen share. We could do a little call. We could do a little thing. I would love that. I'd love that. That'd be awesome. Especially since I'm getting busy in the next coming weeks with more and more contracts as the weeks go by. So I'd like to take care of that so that all I have to do is jump on my stream, do the thing, and jump off. That would be great. So let's get started, I guess. Like we're already in it. We might as well get her done, if you know what I mean. So yeah, why don't you, Timber the Rapper, why don't you hit me up with a SoundCloud link and we'll get your music listened to. If you wish. That's what the whole point of this stream is, at least, is the feedback stream. Yeah, man, just give me a heads up when you can manage. I'm busy at the moment with work a lot. Yeah, that's why. It's like it's no real rush. I ain't no hollaback girl. Wait. I want to be a hollaback girl in this case, I think. If I understand what a hollaback... You know what? Let's just talk about your song. Let's just get into this right off the bat. So free review is 2 minutes in length, and I listen to the song and I give my feedback. Ooh, let me get my notebook ready. It's ready. That was easy. Let's get my pen. I got my paper. All right, we've got this song here. This is a solo project, but the second account I have has more space. I see. I actually don't see. What do you mean, the music has more space, or do you mean the...
Do you mean the actual physical or rather digital space of your drive or your like the SoundCloud track limit? That's okay. That's the other thing that I thought you meant. Sure, man. So we got this track here pulled up. Also, Harmonix HD. Yo, what is good? Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. If you want to join the queue, you could command join right in the chat. As soon as I finish Timber the Rapper, is you. Because we got a short queue today, so far. So far. That could always change. Okay. First things first, though. Our first viewer, our first chatter, our first... You've been here before, though. You have been part of this stream before. I know that for a fact. However, I heard myself... today. That's not the same song. This is the Tranby Men. That's a good band name. And we are gonna go jump into this and give her almost a complete listen, almost the whole thing. We'll see. If it's good enough, I might finish it. We'll see. Either way, let's go. Hurt by the Tranby Men. Here we go.
Said I'd change, but I'm same as yesterday. You can hear the hurt in my voice. Tried to tell you the truth, but your head was noise. I tried to look you in the eyes, and all you did was walk on by. To me, you're A-star. To you, I'm an average mate, yeah. Check your food before you turn round your plate, yeah. Said I'd change, but I'm same as yesterday. You can hear the hurt in my voice. Tried to tell you the truth, but your head was noise. I tried to look you in the eyes, and all you did was walk on by. Memories, years, they passing me by. Wondering when I can settle down for life. Memories, years, passing me by. I'm wondering when I can settle down for life. Memories, years, they're passing me by. I'm wondering when I can settle down for life. You said you'd change, but the same old ways. I said I'd change, but I'm same as yesterday. You said you'd change, but the same old ways. I said I'd change, but I'm same as yesterday. You can hear the hurt in my voice. Tried to tell you the truth, but your head was noise. Tried to look you in the eyes, and all you did was walk on by.
Okay. It was worth listening to all of it to know where it was going, even though it was more than 2 minutes. I have no regrets. I have notes, though. I do have notes. So my first note, it's not a criticism. It's not valid. It's just Reptilia by The Strokes. Hello. This song is influenced by Reptilia by The Strokes. And, there's no two ways about it. It sounds also like it's got some Franz Ferdinand vibes. It's nice. It's not a bad song. It's original. I'm not saying it's a direct copy or anything. But, the resemblance is very clear. Okay. So, first thing I'm going to say is those vocals, the way they're mixed, in my personal opinion, and this is just in my own humble mixing opinion here, they sound a little tinny. Especially at the beginning. It sounds maybe more appropriate later on in the song as a break. But in the beginning, it sounds like they should be a little more full body.
Did you change? You said you'd change, but the same old ways. I said I'd change, but same as yesterday.
So yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it, I think, for that comment, honestly. It's pretty simple. The Vox are a little tinny. It's fine. I think that they could be a little bit more like round and robust for that section. Then you get to tinny and then you get back to round and robust. So yeah. I actually don't know the song, but I like indie pop, Brit pop as a whole, but haven't delved into it enough to know particular songs and stuff. Oh, well, that's okay. You should give it a listen and be bewildered at the resemblance. It's in the same key, I think, too. B minor, I think. Yep, B minor. Okay, so this is a comment, again, sort of more of a mixing comment here. Your left and right and your center channels. Hey, yo, Tannerim, what's up? Calling me Mozart. I wish I was as much of a pop star as he is. I don't wish, I guess. Just be nice. But your mixing is very either in the center or all the way to the left and right, and we're lacking a little bit of the spaces between the space. You know what I mean? So I think, for instance, your hi-hat, it's all the way to the left. It doesn't need to be. It could be 50% pan. Usually when I pan my cymbals, I could crack open a project and show you, but it's usually 50% hi-hat and ride, and the crash or the overheads as a whole are 100% panned. And I feel like that gives more of a, you're inside the kit or you're like beside the kit rather than a really, really, very heavy stuff. Yeah, man, I didn't produce the instrumental. I bought the rights to it. Oh, okay, so you're only in charge of vocals. Oh, okay. Well, then that's like half of my notes right there. And the mix on the vocals. Okay, well. Then I only had the one note on the vocals in particular. It does sound a little bit unilateral songwriting wise, and I think that the vocals do contribute to that because they never really deviate from the "you said you'd change, we've been the same old ways." It's always in that same key throughout, and if we go and scroll throughout, we're gonna probably have a hard time finding a different register. Let's go through it.
Same old way, same and it passes me by, wondering when I can these years life a day.
I don't know if you could do something about that liquid sample. Too loud. Doesn't need to be that loud. It could honestly be not as wide, and it could be much less loud. I don't know if you can do something about it. If you bought the rights, it's probably mixed the way it is, but like, good Lord. It's so loud. But yeah, so my point back with the vocals is, okay, the key of this song is B minor, right? Let me get some shit going here. 1, 2. You said you change, but the same old ways. I said I'd change, the same as yesterday. So you're doing, don't need that anymore. We're doing the first note is sing. Okay. E, F sharp, D. That's the notes you're singing throughout. What if you were to sing different notes at different periods, going higher or lower? You said you'd change, but the same old ways. I said I'd change, but the same as yesterday. You can hear the hurt in my voice. Try to tell the truth and all you heard was noise. Tried to look you in the eye and all you did was walk on by. Something like that, like changing the chord, not the chord progression, but the melody, so that it actually becomes an entity that is a little less repetitive than the song already starts to get. It's good that you added the sample, the PF sample. How can you have any pudding if you don't eat any meat? How can you have any pudding if you don't eat any meat? I love that sample, but it is. So it is a little loud, that sample, so we can bring that down. But your singing, it's not in particular a bad performance at all. It's just that it's a little unidimensional. It's a little bit simple. And okay, you're new to singing, so that's good to know as well. Try some shit. You know what I mean? The organization of the vocals and the lyrics aren't bad necessarily, but the song should grow over time in either interest or energy or complexity or something. There should be a story that's evolving over time, and the vocals aren't really evolving. They're just kind of repeating the same thing from the beginning to the end, and that's why we hear oftentimes people adding in ad-libs at the last chorus, because it's like just this last-ditch effort to like make the song a little more interesting. So something that could be implemented. I said play.
South Alpha, Alpha, the same old ways. I said I'd change, but I'm same as yesterday. You said you'd change, but the same old ways. I said I'd change, but I'm same as yesterday. You can hear the hurt in my voice, trying to tell you the truth, but your head was noise.
And then you harmonize on top of it, and you could just like keep layering, at least for the last chorus. It's going to give you a lot more of a breath of relief, something new that's not there before. So that's good. That would be good. That would be something that would be nice. So yeah, that would be my suggestion, I suppose, for the vocals. That, and yeah, change up a little bit the way you use your vocals, because if it's one sound throughout, it can get also a little bit stale and repetitive. Whereas if you were to do like a megaphone, like always remember the same always, you know, like you do those like weird distorty effects, and then you like come back to a big rich full vocal, it's kind of like a nice breath of relief and a nice contrast from what you usually do. So so that could be a direction to maybe head your vocals in a little bit more. Imitros, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining the queue. I get you. That's good stuff. Okay. I not. Thank you as well for joining the queue. Appreciate that. Tanarim, the drums, great though. Nice. Yeah, it was a nice recorded sample, or at least a nicely mixed sample for the most part. The drums. I have words about the arrangement, the musical arrangement. It kind of gets. Like the bass never stops. The bass literally never stops, not once. And I think that they could do with like an octave up or even an octave down at some points. And it could do with breaks, maybe sustained notes or legato notes rather than just keep on like fucking pedaling. You know, so I have words with the instrumental for the instrumentalist. But it's not with you I have those words, so we're going to worry less about that, and we're going to say for now, thanks for allowing us to listen to the track online, to provide feedback, comments, criticism, and whatnot to it. Hopefully you're receptive to some of those things. If you are a newcomer in the ways of singing, then yeah, definitely inspire yourself from like music in general and how it's done. Even if you like indie rap and UK indie rap, indie rock and UK like sort of punk and rock. Honestly, I'm thinking your best bet would be to listen to some Arctic Monkeys. Like the first album, Everything That People Say I Am, That's What I'm Not. That album, whatever people say I am, that's what I'm not, is incredible. Joy Division is a great one, actually, Tanarim. Absolutely, it's a great influence. What do you think of the rap influence style of indie I was trying? I didn't notice that it was rappy too much because, again, you were sort of rapping in the same key or a note as you're singing. So it didn't sound particularly rappy. So I don't know if I could say that. I didn't mind it, I guess. I didn't really have a problem with it, but I think yeah, it could work. It could work if you do it tastefully as you did here. I think it makes sense, actually. Most likely, could make some serious good songs if you blend it tastefully. And in this case, I think that that's perfectly tasteful. So, well done, and thank you for trusting us with your track. It's always wonderful to have some people that we haven't seen in a while come through and submit some songs. But thank you. We're going to be moving on down the line. Be sure, Timber, to stick around and obviously contribute, if you wish, some of your own feedback to other people's mixes. feel free. Yeah. I know Arctic Monkeys, they are from up the road from me. Really? You're giving your geographic location away a little bit there, bud. But that's okay. That's awesome. I love Arctic Monkeys, especially their first album. What's up, Imitros? Nice to see you, as always. Grew up with Arctic Monkeys, but that's about as much as I have delved into that genre. Well, that's wonderful. That's a great genre. But yeah, Joy Division's a good one. I want to say even to a certain extent, maybe Sex Pistols might inform you. Just the album, the one. Might be a good place to start, honestly. Just for the record. Just because it's, it popped off. So it's some good, like, UK punk is always welcome in this sort of influence. It sounds good. Good night, afternoon, or morning. It is currently smack dab in the middle of afternoon. So good afternoon to me and good time of day to you. I'm not from Sheffield, but it's saying in UK meaning same area. Oh, cool. That's awesome, dude. Alex Turner. He's a good songwriter. He's a really good songwriter. So gotta give it to him. He's also trusts some good people with his mixes, which is always nice. All right. Either way, Timber, thank you again. Appreciate you and your submission. Let us keep going here down the line with Harmonix and the song called Content. Let's listen to. Let's listen to Harmonix and the song Content, pretty much the entire song of it, the entire length of it. Up the road is a saying, is what I mean. Oh yeah, it's a saying here too. I got that. I thought that saying was actually a region in the UK after you said that. Thank you, Tanner and Dimitros. Appreciate that. All right, guys, let's listen to this song. Okay. So let's go part by part here. I like me some drum and bass. I definitely like me that vibe, that aesthetic. I'll say overall, a little bit. It seems Harmonix that you're trying to find the sound of the song, and it seems like you're trying to find it as you go. Not my favorite way to approach. I mean, it's a great way to approach making the song. That's fantastic, but it's not my favorite way to approach refining or finding its personality along the way. It's hard to do right, that storytelling, and I don't think that it found it along the way. That's my problem. I have a few notes. First things first, let's just go to this intro where the drums start. So the break beat in the middle here is high passed. It is also very harsh. I don't mind that it's high passed. That's a good idea for an intro. But it's also very harsh on the high end. So it's kind of cutting into our eardrums a little bit right from the get-go. And it's also center panned, which means it's coming into both ears equally. So it's just going to be bombarding our ears with high-end frequencies that we don't really need. You could very well get there if you were to, like, let's say, start here with the drum loop, with the breakbeat, but then like put a low pass on it, like a high cut filter, and then uncover that over time as the beat sort of evolves over the course of this build. And that, for me, is like, if you get there eventually and we don't spend too much time with that harshness, especially because your drum's cut, if you're like unfurling those frequencies as it gets closer and closer to the cut, that's actually a better way to resolve that than, I think, just leaving your high frequencies blasting in our ears. So maybe consider doing that. Now, let's talk about your drop. Okay, so first things first, you have not enough of your bass line that is yours in your sub channel. You don't have enough bass line in the sub channel. So we need more of that, period, first of all. Throughout your entire, almost dropped my pen. Throughout your entire song, we need that. The other thing is that your kick has too much sub. It has too much low end, and it is dominating everything in the song, but most importantly and most unfortunately, your sub bass. So we need to tame those. As a matter of fact, I would recommend that you retune the balance between your kick and your bass throughout the entire song. I think you may need to re-examine that throughout the entire song. Had issues with the kick, apparently. So something to definitely fix, for sure. The on and off drums, the songwriting part of the arrangement part of it here. So like, I don't mind you cutting in and out of drums to like signal a change in a section. I don't mind that. For example, I'm okay with that. That's fine. This part, however, okay, we're in the break. That's fine. The on and off drums in this particular break don't seem to do it much for me, and I think that you can overall condense this break. I think, honestly, your song could very well be trimmed down to under 2 minutes and accomplish more than what it is accomplishing right now, just because this section seems a little confused to me. And this is what I mean by, like, it seems like you're trying to find the direction of the break along the course of the break, and I think you need to make some cuts and make some decisions, because it's a little confused for me. The other thing is this. I'm all for some side bass. I'm all for some wubs. I love me some dubstep. I love that. Your bass and your wubs are not aligned. The bass line and the wubs are doing two different things, and that is a mess. That is a songwriting kind of like no direction. Again, like, we don't know where the song is gonna go, where it should go, or where you wanted it to go. So we need to sync up those bass and wubs together so that they are on a unified front. Either make the wubs reflect what the bass line is playing, or make the bass line, what I think is a better idea, make the bass line reflect what the wubs are playing. Started about 2 months ago, so I'm learning a lot. That's good, man. That's good. You're coming for feedback pretty early along your journey, which means that you're reaching out and looking to improve yourself, which I got to give you kudos for sure. But these are somewhat like beginner mistakes, which are recognizable, and like you'll eventually realize that the less you have going on, the more you can permit yourself for each individual element to be shining in its own respect, whether it be through the melody or whether it be through the sound design, whether it be through the mix. You can make things shine in many different ways, but there's no need to overlap melodies that aren't cohesive, melodic, harmonic, or intentionally dissonant, because that is like a songwriting error. It's just a songwriting error, which is fine. It's fine. We make mistakes along the way. The other thing is that the drums that drop out here, the big drums, the drums that you later reintroduce only for half of a measure, start there, man. Just start in your big drums. Just cut right down to the bullshit. Cut out the bullshit and get right to your big drums, because it's your last drop. It should be the biggest section. It should start big and it should finish bigger, honestly. So start big. This drum kit doesn't do it for me. I think you should cut back to your big old kick and snare. Because I would have preferred a too loud of a kick and snare than not loud enough, especially for a last drop. And again, I just want to point this out here. Drum changes, especially drum changes that emphasize energy midway through a drop or a verse, not the best idea, and very hard to make it work, because unless you're like, it's essentially part of the drop is part of the build in some way and overlapping, it's not a good idea to like change the whole characteristic or personality of a kick. A snare I've seen work more often than a kick, but a kick, you find a good one and you stick with it for the majority of the song, and if you change it, it's just to like emphasize certain sections more or less, and you don't do it too dramatically. So you wanna just stick to your big stuff. Stick to the big guns. But that's it. I think that's pretty much it. I understand what your feedback and the project I'm working on now have a lot less. Okay, I see what you're saying. True, it's nice that you actually give honest feedback. That's all I do, dude. You're not getting, like, if you come here for some dishonest feedback, you're wrong. You're in the wrong place, my dude. But I'll say one thing, that it's sound design wise, you found interesting layers, and I gotta agree with Tanarim on this. Besides producing side, like he likes the slight dramatic melancholic touch vibe, and I gotta say to you, it's true that the textures and the tonalities of your, rather not the tonalities, but not temperature, I would say the moodiness of your synths, I think they'll work together. I think they just need to work together. Kind of like if you have people who get along in a workplace, but they're all doing jobs that are like contradictory to one another. It doesn't matter if they all get along and like hockey and drink beer, but like, if they're doing things that are against each other, it's going to be some friction there. That's what I'm hearing in this song, is a lot of friction, a lot of elements that are fighting each other. And I think that once you unify that front, it's going to be a lot more cohesive and it's going to sound a lot better. Then we can get into the more like precise details of your mix, which we won't get into today, but there are some things that do need to be like, you know, a little more compressed or less compressed. But let's start with the basics. Let's start with good songwriting. That's where it all begins. And then from there, let's move from there, kind of thing. Either way, Harmonix, thank you for allowing us to listen to the track online, provide some comments, criticism, feedback. It's always going to be honest, whether it's good for you or bad for you. You're going to hear my producer, you're going to hear my musician, you're going to hear my engineer, you're going to hear my side of things. Because I have this sort of like general across the spectrum perspective of music. I actually just signed a contract today for a festival that I'm going to be mixing live, DJs and bands and artists and stuff like that. And that's live, but I also just exported a studio mix of a band today. Like literally today, I sent it to the client and he was thrilled with it, so that's good. Matter of fact, if we have some time later, I might show you the mix that I did yesterday. But if you're interested in seeing the mix happen, I actually streamed the entire mix process yesterday. Now that's for bands. It's certainly for bands, but hey, Harmonix HD, I appreciate the follow. Thank you for tuning in with us as well and for sticking it out with us. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing me mix a band, a full like recorded band, properly recorded and everything, the entire stream yesterday, all 8 hours of it is available right now on Twitch and later on our VODs on YouTube. So be sure to check that out. But either way, Harmonix, thank you for trusting us with your track. It's always appreciated. Hope you can take some of these concepts that I propose to heart, because I want to see you improve, dude. That's why I'm here. You know things I don't. I might, but now you know some of them too. And the more you produce, and the more you learn, and the more you practice, and the more you come back to me, and I can put a label on some things that you're not sure of, the more you will know. And then you won't even need me. You will grow into your own person. Independent, free thinking, and a good musician. Please do so. We need more good musicians on this planet. We need more people that are actually open to feedback. So as long as you're open to the feedback, I'll keep being honest about it. Sound like a deal? Sound like a deal? Sounds like a deal to me. We're going to be moving on here. Thanks again, Harmonix. Appreciate you. First time submitter. And thanks for trusting us once again to it. So, yeah, we're going to be moving on down the line. Amitros. I know Amitros is going to be hitting me up. Oh, shit. I'm going to close my mouth because I was about to say something that I was going to regret saying. So, never mind. Sorry, but I don't have the typical second option as always. That's no problem. I don't even know if my dice cam is working today, to be honest with you. Oh, it is. It's just a little misaligned. There we go. That's okay. I'm glad it's working, at least. That's okay. You have nothing to be sorry about. You have nothing to be sorry about. Hit us up with a link, Amitros, please. By all means. I don't care if there's options or not, as long as there's something to listen to, and you don't just like get in line to say hi. Although, honestly, if people were to get in line, like if I didn't have like a line limit for the day, and people just got in line to say like, hey, just wanted to say hi, I'd be thrilled. I'd be thrilled. That's so kind. Someone waits in line just to say like, I just wanted to say what's up. That's so kind. Thank you. Now, let's listen to this track. We got 2 minutes, not even 2 minutes. We're going to listen to the whole thing. It's called Bobby Bop. Boppy Bop. Pardon me. Boppy Bop. So it might be a bop, otherwise known as a banger. Let's see. Let's find out, shall we, together? Hey, Starbeats, what's going on, Alex? Welcome back. Good to have you as part of the queue. How is the queue looking, y'all? Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, it's a pretty short queue today. That's good for y'all. That means you don't have to wait too long. I like that. All right. Boppy Bop. Amitros. Let's go.
emotion, wild and free, wild and free.
Okay, that's crazy, dude. That's really good. Is this AI? Is this AI music? Dimitros? The vocals sound like AI. So I could be wrong about this. It just sounds super AI-y. Like, I'm gonna...
In the streets, ain't no time to wait. In this jazz bebop world, light up elevate. That's an upbeat, that's my melody. Living life in motion, wild and free, wild and free.
It sounds so much like AI vocals. I just fucked with Suno the other day, and it reminds me so much of AI vocals. It's crazy. Interesting. Either way, it's a great melody. Like, don't get me wrong. It sounds wonderful. It's nice and dainty. How are you 15, dude? I don't even have this compositional skill. I don't fucking get it. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is really, like, above average shit. You know what I mean? And it's, like, super dainty. And it definitely has, like you said here in the description, 15-year-old Nintendo fanatic, specifically of the bebop subgenre. It's like, it nails all of those check marks 100%. And it's, like, crazy. It's crazy. It's like, you like... Yeah, Tanarim, this is the real Mozart here, Imitros. There's a few of these prodigies that we have, and I'm like, what the fuck? How the fuck does that happen? Yeah. Do me a favor, there's a few things that I would have to say. Oh, there's an ad, and we're doing Imitros's review, so it's the ad song time. I can't even start doing that melody. Nope. I have not learned jazz, so I can't do the ad song except for... Somewhat of an ad song, I suppose, but not the best. I can't emulate that. That's some crazy ass songwriting. Yeah. So yeah, here's you know what I mean? Like, here's someone who knows how to write some fucking music. There are a few things that I would point out about this. So first thing I would say is probably the bass needs to be just a bit louder and more prevalent throughout the entire song. Like, it's there when it's there, but I feel like it could be more present, just as an arrangement note. But also, just it could be mixed a little bit louder, The other thing is I would like, personally, for these melodies here. Wait, is that a fiddle or is that a sax? What is that? There's multiple instruments. My point with this was a little bit less of unison, a little bit more harmony. So things really branching out and splitting in multiple ways, instead of just playing the same thing. In this particular case, for stingers, not just like in general having just a layer, a wall of harmonies the entire thing. I would say that every now and then those instruments need to come out and branch out in a big old stinger of harmony. Like if you have that melody strategically, I don't even know how many beats, but like like those moments have to like pop a little more, so a little less unison and a little more harmony stingers is I guess what I'm saying here. What plugins did you use for the instruments, man? What plugins did you use for these instruments? They're all like they're sounding like I'm just a little bit confused about like what the lead element actually is. It sounds kind of like a saxophone, but also kind of like a violin, like a fiddle. But it also has like elements of clarinet in it. So I'm curious, is like, what did you use for this sound design, man? Like it's really overall sounds great, and the mix is nice and crisp. But like, what did you use? The sax, the drums, and the backing voice and the piano are live. They're live. That ain't no live saxophone. I've heard a lot of live saxophone. I've mixed a lot of live saxophone. That is neither a tenor nor an alto saxophone. That's weird, dude. Unless a saxophonist can breathe in at the same time that he's breathing out, which is physically impossible, it sounds just digitalized. It just sounds digital. Please don't tell me this is Medio Live, okay? Is this Monsters, Inc.? That's a good question. It actually sounds kind of like a Monsters, Inc. theme. It's quantized as fuck. Oh, okay. So it's process. Okay. Well, then it's not. Okay. Okay, let me just keep blowing through this here. Is that a noise gate effect? I'm hearing these like weird inconsistencies in the piano, and it's almost like you put a noise gate on it and it kind of got lost behind the noise gate a little bit here.
Spin through the streets, ain't no time to wait. In this jazz bebop world, gotta elevate.
Dimitros, are you sure this ain't AI? Are you sure this ain't AI? Because notwithstanding the implications that a 15-year-old would have to compose this, just to compose it, just let's start there. You would have to basically be a jazz master. I already know that you're a classical master because I've heard your arrangements. So you would have to also be like a master jazz composer rather. And that's hard to do as an adult. This is so good that like, how long, like, what conservatory teaches this complete of a music theory course? I'm just bewildered. I am like bewitched even by this excellent composition and this excellent, it's borderline a professional mix as well. Were it not for those little inconsistencies that I'm hearing. And it's weird because, like, I ask you, you say like the piano is, you say the piano, the drums, what did you say here? The sax, the drums, the backing voice, and the piano are live. And then they're quantized. And I'm like, okay, I want to believe this. But again, just starting from the beginning here, all of the stuff you've showed me on the classical side of things, like just the classical composition side of things, okay? That in and of itself is magnificent. And it is amazing recordings, and it is pristine, like sort of, sound in general and everything. And not to mention just the composition itself is just, again, I keep coming back to this, but like, it's so good. And you say you're designing a video game, which you're writing on your own, and you're composing, like, bro, what's your IQ? 16,000? Like, there's so much that you're good at that it's like almost it's kind of weird, dude. It's kind of weird, and especially when I'm recognizing things like I just used Suno the other day to like listen to like create music, and it was mind altering. The way that AI can now create music, it is on par with pretty much anything that I could put out, almost. But it sounded a lot like this, man. What's Suno? Yeah, Suno.com is AI, dog. Here's how it works. Here's how it works. You know what I'm going to do? I am going to show you why I am so sketched out about this. I am going to do a Suno rendition. So, let's create a song together. Whatever, fucking bullshit. Hold on. This needs to be discussed because it's pretty crazy. Man, those vocals, they were really good, but they were a kind of a dead giveaway there. You might want to ask your friend. You might want to ask your friend where they got their vocals, because if that is your work, I'm beyond impressed. I'm bewildered. As a matter of fact, it's like, okay. Yeah, he said that the vocals are made from AI. Okay. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just take the text that you wrote here, all of it, including your description, including your lyrics, and I'm going to just plug it in. Watch this. Lyrics here. Genre of music. You know what, I I need to like copy paste the right genre of music, I guess. Mostly instrumental piece of jazz made by a 15-year-old Nintendo fanatic. That's pretty much the best prompt we could enter. We can get rid of the 15-year-old Nintendo fanatic because it's not relevant to the style. And then what did you call it? Boppy Bop? These are all things that I've already done. I plugged in the lyrics to my own songs, and I described the songs as close as I could. And it gave me something really interesting. Okay, let's listen to first. It gives you two, right? It gives you two options. So I'll listen to the first one. Even the cover is similar. Yes, I know.
Speeding through the streets, ain't no time to wait. In this jazz bebop world, gotta elevate. Fast and upbeat, that's my melody. Living life in motion, wild and free. This is nothing more than a small, mostly instrument.
Okay, that's the first one. Let's go to the second version. Also, thank you, Totally Port, for subscribing. It's good to have you as part of our crew for 2 months in a row. Good to have you, man. Version 2. I said version 2. Okay, hold on. Let me just I fucked up the lyrics input, so it might have changed a little bit. Let me just leave the lyrics that you put, and I'll create again. I'll do another 2. You get 10 free songs per day, by the way. And it didn't even take like 10 seconds. That's correct. I not. That is correct, and that's how easy it is. Like, the colors are similar. I am now suspicious, Emitros. So notice something here, guys. This solo, this trumpet, or it could be a saxophone solo, AI can't properly distinguish between some of those instruments because they occupy very similar frequency ranges. So AI has a bit of trouble reproducing a sound of an instrument very distinctly. It always sounds like a couple of instruments at the same time. That said, let's hear your alto saxophone solo again, Emitros. So do me a favor, Emitros, answer one question. That's not an alto sax on its own in this section. So, what's the other instrument behind it that's mixed with it? I'm curious. What's in this particular section, just so that we're clear, this section right here. What is the instrument, not the alto sax, but the instrument that is supporting it, behind it, that is obviously something else? What is it? Dimitros. Please. Another sax and a fiddle. I'm assuming you meant a fiddle. You're 15, dude. The likeliness that you're able to compose all of these genres so proficiently, and the likeliness that you're able to do that and be good enough to build your own video game and be enough of a writer to write your own video game. Like, don't get me wrong, dude. I'm a DM. I like music. I like video games. I can't do this. And I've been doing music for 30 years. What is the catch? Like, what is the part where you're not taking care of this? Because you're claiming this is nothing more than a small, mostly instrumental piece of jazz made by a 15-year-old Nintendo fanatic. I don't see any credit given to other instruments or other musicians. I don't even see credit to your friend who supposedly did the vocals with AI. I'm not seeing the proper credit. I'm seeing this is what I did, and then a bunch of, oh, that's because of this. Oh, that's because of that. And meanwhile, we have to contend with the fact that we know that this technology exists. This technology that can create this in 10 seconds exists. Like, I think that's an oboe or a clarinet, but I can't tell which one. I think the other one sounds like a fiddle and a sax, but I can't tell which one. It's, yeah, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. You have so much music that is so good quality. And if you were 15 and nothing else was going on in your life, as in like you were so dedicated to music and in the root and essence of it all, that you could compose all of this already, that would be a magnitude of skill that we should all be like, well, you want to write my song for me? Because I can't do that. Dimitros, well, I think we have to have a chat, you and I. I think we have to have a heart-to-heart, because I'm not convinced your stuff ain't AI. And if I go back and listen to all the stuff that you've sent me in the past, and all of a sudden I'm hearing, oh, well, that sounds something like a violin, but I guess it could also be a flute. If I start hearing those inconsistencies throughout your music, what then, man? Totally porf. Dimitros, trust me when I say it's not worth robbing yourself of the joy of creating things just to get popularity or money. It's not. You're gonna be uncovered. It took me one song to deduce this. You're gonna get caught, first of all, so you shouldn't do that. And second of all, it's not your work. Like, the work has been done for you. So credit the people, at least credit the people who helped you. If you say that you're got a bunch of instruments and a bunch of people live recording all of this music, okay, where's the credits? Where are their names in the description? Violin, this person. Piano, this person. By the way, you didn't mention that you had a violin in the original recording, that there was a fiddle. You didn't mention that it was a fiddle. Is that's supposed to be post-processed AI, not AI, but post-production added, basically? It's too many variables that are questionable, dude. What did you say here? You said, let's see here. I'm gonna take my time. Josh, don't think I didn't see you, my dude. Thank you very much for allowing us to continue this stream by supporting it. You will get your skip today. The sax, the drums, the backing voice, and the piano are live. So if the sax is live, then so is the fiddle, right? I think. Because it's so close. It's so close. It is so close to what the sax is playing. It's almost as if you had birthed twins in a womb to play music. You were exposing them to Mozart and fucking music from their I call bullshit, dude. I call bullshit. I'm sorry. I've been putting off saying it. I call bullshit. Even if its AI gets perfect and it's undetectable, it'll leave you with a sense of emptiness. Yeah, because you didn't put in the work, obviously. So did AI the entire thing or what? Not everything, just the voice and a bit of the mix? A bit of the mix? Really? What program? What program did you use? Would it be unfair to ask for screenshots of the project in the Discord? Absolutely not, Totally Porf. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I am all for using AI. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. It's a controversial opinion, especially for musicians who are now hearing the threat, are now seeing the threat in front of them. But I'm actually all for AI to get inspiration. Because when I listen to other people's music, I get inspired. That's the same process. It's the identical process. You're listening to something and it's giving you ideas. That's fantastic. That's called inspiration. I am all for using AI as a tool within songwriting. I am not for saying something is your own when you had very little to do with the creation process. Worst case, in your description, say, generated using Suno. Worst case. You know what I mean? And I don't care. I'll enjoy it. I'll still enjoy myself. But not when you're trying to deceive me. You rolled for deception, Amitros, and you've been rolling pretty well so far. You've been rolling some pretty good deception rolls. But my passive insight is higher than your deception in this particular case. So sorry, bud. This is an AI song through and through. There are multiple sections that show me that this song was not just a little bit mixed and a little bit voiced by AI. This is a goddamn AI-generated song. I'm calling it. I've worked long enough in audio to be a judge of that. Please don't do that again. Does that sound fair, Amitros, if you're still with us? Might have bailed at this point. I guess when someone gets a finger pointed at them for long enough, you might bail. But Amitros, I would like for you to be transparent if you make AI projects. Because guess what? I have fun making those. As well. I was getting my mind blown last week when someone introduced me to a program. I was like absolutely mind boggled. I would spend an entire day streaming, just creating using an AI musical generator just to get ideas so that I could go back into the studio and actually record something and actually do something productive. Because it's fun. But be transparent about it. Don't lie to me. And don't lie to the rest of us. Because that sucks. That sucks. Alex Starbeats, this feels like one of the episodes of that show You Are Not the Father. Maury, yes, I'm very familiar with Maury. The lie detector determined you are not the producer. Correct. AI vocals can be great for layering out and structuring a track with the intent of getting a vocalist to sing later, for example. Amazing tool for that. Amazing tool to say, like, I want these to be the lyrics. I want them to be dainty. I kind of want to get some inspiration, some stuff like, no. That's where it should end. Like, you should use it for inspiration. Just some skills, which, by the way, you're up next. Kind of like how Jojo Siwa wrote Karma. I don't know Jojo Siwa, but probably. A lot of people did it. A lot of people have done it. It just needs some soundboard sounds and like dramatic violins. Yeah. Da, ba, ba, dramatic hamster. Ba, ba, ba. Although it's a groundhog. Imitros is still here. Good to know. Is there a way to like put the beginning of a song in an AI tool and like it generates from that, like in Photoshop, you can fill the blank and stuff? That's an excellent question because I have a couple of projects that I'm going to be I have a couple of unfinished songs, namely half my hard drive, that are like, what do I do with this? Plug it into AI and see what it gives you, and maybe it'll give you some inspiration. Maybe. Absolutely. But I don't know. I do not to know. I don't know. I don't know of any tool that exists of that nature. I'm really sorry. If you got an AI site and all you do is press make song, that's not producing. No, it's not. I mean, a lot of people that are on this stream say that they produce something and then it turns out they only recorded the vocals and they mixed the vocals and that's that. But they say that they're producers. Not you, Josh. You're fine. You always clarify what your role is in a project. But this is a line too far because first of all, I can tell. So you're shit out of luck on that front. And this is only because I've used this tool, and so I know what it sounds like, and I know what to look for, or rather listen for. So first of all, I can tell. And second of all, you're lying! You're lying! You're just lying to people! Let's not do that. Let's say, hey, I made this fucking crazy shit with AI. Listen to how good it is. That's really crazy. I'll go like, yeah, that's nuts. Shit, I would put that in my D&D campaigns if I needed a little upswing beat section, like whatever fucking thing in a tavern, or like a fist fight session. I would use AI generated music. I don't have time to write only music just for my D&D campaign. Of course I'm going to use some AI generated music. Absolutely. But I'm going to say that it's AI generated, first and foremost. Start there. I don't think an autofill tool will be that great. Our decisions have intent behind them, so having AI make part of your song can mess things up pretty badly, I imagine. It could totally, Porf, but also you have to consider that the AI is taking into consideration the decision and the intent that you have already recorded. So if you have an autofill tool, it could just be generating a couple of new ideas that might take your mindset elsewhere, thinking like the AI knows what music you are creating and knows the music that's out there and could very well bridge the gap between what is missing from your song and your song. It's dangerous because we rely on it too much, then we become sloppy songwriters. But I don't think so. I don't think that very much. Never make my beats. That's the point. You're transparent with it, and that's cool. That's great. That's fine. No problem. Christ, Josh, if you get an AI beat and then you sing over it, that's actually probably going to cost you less money, first of all. Second of all, it'll probably sound pretty good, honestly. Yeah, it was made with AI. No kidding. Sorry for that. I was a moron for doing this. I won't do this again. I'm very sorry for the lie. I fucked up and will not lie again. Sorry, I feel like shit. No harm, no foul. The harm, I suppose, that you could have done was convince me that you were better than what you are, because then I'm like, okay, well, you don't need my help. I'm just going to enjoy my time. But I think you should learn how to write music. If you love music that much, learn how to write it. Because it's fun. It's fun to write. Honestly, a lot of fun to write music. My favorite moment, Imitros, in the world, probably one of my favorite 5 moments that I have ever had, but this is a moment that keeps happening because I keep writing music, is when I'm working with someone else, working with another musician, okay? And we think of something, and we look at each other, and we're like, that's it. That's the riff. And that moment, I'm getting just shivers just talking about it. That moment of two people connecting, going like, I didn't do that. That's the thing. It's one of the favorite things I have ever experienced in my life. It is akin to creating a fucking baby, but it's music. It is just creation. It is just looking at someone and going like, we both know this is the right decision for the music. I've had one of those experiences recently in this very room, sitting in this very chair with someone sitting right here beside me with one of my guitars. And I played something and he was like, play it a bar later. I played it a bar later. We looked at each other and we knew this song now has a goddamn hook. And there was just, there are so few feelings that match that kind of ecstasy. And learn how to do that, because I promise you, it's so much better than just listening to a machine kind of spoon feed you. It's just so much better. If you had a riff and you plug it in, then it helps you. That's a different story. Don't pass your work off as AI. Don't pass AI off as your work. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. It'd be like collaborating with another producer without completely talking to them. It's without talking to them barely at anything. Like, this is the concept, here you go, make my music. And then you call it your own. That's called ghostwriting, Imitros. And there are people who usually you have to hire to do that. So if you want to hire a ghostwriter, fine, you paid for the right to call that your own. This is another level. This is a different level. Wasted. Unfortunately, we're not going to be wasting time with that. True, but again, maybe it can generate like many options like ChatGPT. You don't like the answer, you generate another one. That's the same thing as when I play D&D and I'm like making a campaign and I have a rollable table in front of me. If I roll and I see what I rolled and it doesn't match, I'm like, that doesn't feel right. Roll again. Same thing, dude. Regenerate, re-randomize. It's just a shuffling of the brain. It's just, your brain is limited. AI's isn't. I'm glad you're coming clean, dude. You're young in the end. There is a lot you'll end up learning. It hurts, but it's how you grow and become a better person. And there is nothing, it was nothing more that I can ask for than for someone to learn from that mistake. Just don't make the mistake again, obviously, which you've already promised you'll do, which we're good. We're good. That's fine. You made a mistake. You made up for it. You said what you're going to do in the future. We good. I'm not mad. Genuinely. No anger in my heart. None whatsoever. It was a great proof to your expertise, though, that you recognized it. Respect. It was the vocals. Absolutely, I not. It was absolutely the vocals. The vocals really gave it away for me, and I was like, hold up, I heard those vocals recently. You guys want to, like, the vocals are always a little bit of gang vocals. They're always kind of multiple vocals at the same time. So it was kind of a dead giveaway for me. But anyways. But I lied at the start, so I'm sorry for that. Apology accepted. Since it's my stream, I get to say whether or not you're forgiven or not. So do me a favor, Imitros. Come to me, even with a really raw project. Write a song. Write one song. Write one song. No AI. It could have piano. It could have guitar. It doesn't matter. Open up a DAW. GarageBand's free if you have Mac. Otherwise, download some Reaper and download some free plugins. Find out how. YouTube is a thing. That's free too. Write one song. And come to here with one song. Doesn't have to be good. Doesn't have to be crazy. Write some song. Write a music song and come back. You'll be 100% forgiven. I promise. That's all it takes. Come back here with a song that you genuinely wrote and put time into. We're good. But until you do that, I think you should take a break from submitting songs for a while. I think that sounds fair, right? I think that that's a fair thing to ask, guys. I don't know if I'm being harsh or not, but I think that that's fair. Until you come back with a song that you created yourself, I'm not really interested in the AI that you're bringing to the table anymore. I could have been if you were transparent from the start, but I'm not anymore. So come to me with a song that you really wrote, and I'll play it on the stream again. Promise. Producing music is a tough journey, but so damn rewarding. Yes, agreed on all accounts. Those kind of moments make my shorts get tight. The moments where you look at someone else, and you like connect with them, and like that's crazy. Yeah. This was the first time I used AI. I now know that it was very obvious that this one was AI. Okay. The burden of proof is on you. Because if I can listen to your tracks and pick out some elements that sound AI-ish to me, the burden of proof is on you. The reward of ending a song and hearing the recording of your finished product, which sounds how you wanted it to sound, that feeling, that is the definition of joy. It's adrenaline mixed with melatonin. Melanin is what makes your skin darker. Melatonin. And it's amazing. Heck, Amitros, maybe stick around and see if you get inspiration from other people. The great idea. Tanarim, I'll do also a song, no AI, only artificial, meaty, without intelligence. Yeah, well, that's the kind of music I make. No, not artificial intelligence, no intelligence whatsoever. This is the only song I made with AI. All of the others are mine. We'll see that. Okay, that was a bad pun to myself. I'm not that bad. I'm sure you're not. I can show many pictures of those projects. Okay, well, the burden of proof is on you once again. We're really taking this horse, beating it, bringing it back to life, and beating it more. I'm just, at this point, just getting through the comments, Josh. I hope you're not lying here, my dude. Genuinely. Whoops, melatonin. Nope, I'm saying the truth here. Stop beating horses, guys. PETA will pull up. All right. All right. You guys have spoken. You guys have spoken, so we're going to move on down the line here. Now, because Josh, just the Some Skills, is our highest gifter of the chat, we are moving to him. Because that's how these rules work. Is if you are a stream contributor, you get to skip the line. So here we go. And he's already got his link ready. That was unfortunate. But more good stuff. It's a cover this time. Okay, cool. Let's listen to your cover. Lost Stars, Adam Levine cover. Okay, cool. But. Okay, Josh. Let's listen to your stuff. Here we go. Lost Stars, Adam Levine cover. You're a subscriber. We're going to listen to 3 minutes. We're going to do the whole, well, we're going to listen to 3 minutes, but we're going to listen to the whole fucking thing. We're going to listen to the whole fucking thing as a thank you for your patience. So here we go, guys. Lost Stars, Adam Levine cover.
Just a boy caught up in dreams and fantasies. Please see me, reaching out for someone I can't see. Take my hand, let's see where we wake up tomorrow. Best laid plans, sometimes it's just a one night stand. I'll be damned, Cupid's demanding back his arrow. So let's get drunk on our tears and God, tell us the reason youth is wasted on the young. It's hunting season and the lambs are on the run, searching for meaning. But are we all lost stars, trying to light up the dark? Ooh, are we just a speck of dust within the galaxy? Woe is me when I care for turns into reality. But don't you dare let our best memories bring you sorrow. Yesterday I saw a lion kiss a deer, turn the are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark? And I thought I saw you out there crying. And I thought I heard you call my name. And I thought I saw you out there crying. Oh, but are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark? Yeah, but are we all lost stars trying to light up the dark?
Okay, so we're gonna start with what we like, because Josh, I really enjoyed your vocal performance almost throughout. There were like spots. There were spots that I was like, okay, this word needs to be like just touched up a little bit. But overall, emotion-wise, you started with a little more subdual. You go in with a little more energy. You're over the top falsettos are really nice. Vocal performance overall 85-90%, which for me is very high. That's very good. Now, to get the vocals to sound 100%, I have a few notes. So, first thing, yeah, so everybody's saying better mix. Better instrumental, guys, is what we're looking for. The instrumental that we have here is understandable. It's like we get it, we get the concept, but everything is just kind of a little bit rubbery, if I may say so. It's a little bit like artificial, but also sounding good for artificial, but also mixed not in a way that benefits something that is that sounds kind of artificial. So it's like it's a bit of a whack mix, but that's not your fault, Josh. You didn't do that. You just got the instrumental. So like, hire me to make an instrumental for you. How else can I say this? No, but seriously, if you find a better instrumental for this, it might be worth exploring and maybe worth even purchasing, because this one is... Okay, now, for the vocals, for the things you can do right here, right now. First of all, I think you are a little bit, what's the word? Timid with compression. I think that you would consider maybe compressing your voice overall a little bit more. Like if I show you a vocal chain that I use now, right here, like you're gonna flip out. There are two compressors. Well, sorry, first of all, there's a de-esser, then there's a compressor, then there's a channel EQ, then there's another compressor, then there is a multi-effects that I use to like fatten up the low end and add some distortion on 3 different frequency spectrums. It's Fat Effects in Logic. It's a pretty great thing for vocals. It just makes everything pop a little bit more. It's basically just a vocal enhancer, essentially. And then I have a limiter. If I have other effects afterwards, like stereo spreaders or choruses, fine. But I stop the last thing on my vocal chain is a limiter. And the reason for that is that's what's gonna bring all of those other effects that you have home. It's gonna bring it, it's gonna take it from sounding good, sounding consistent, it's gonna take it from sounding at the right volume to right in the fucking pocket. That's what it's gonna do. That's what a limiter is gonna do for you. It's gonna just set your track and make your vocals go, I'm here, I ain't moving, here we go. That's what you want. That's what you want, is your last effect on your vocal, your main vocal especially. Your main vocal, you want it to be a limiter, first of all. Second of all, in the intro, for instance, for this little vocal spike here that you got, that particular thing, I would have layered on a shit ton of reverb and delay. Like I would have even had to go like, like a delay, so that it guides us through to the next part that your vocals appear. It sort of like allows us to fill that space subconsciously with a lead element, even though it's just the echoes of a lead element. And I would have, the original signal, the actual vocal itself, I would have brought that way back in the mix and let the effects do most of the heavy lifting for this part. This one note. And it would have been like such a nice welcome to the adventure that is Josh's vocals. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been nice. Then, when your vocals come back in, we need bigger reverb. So, like, I'm not saying the reverb that you have is, the reverb that you do have is actually sufficient, but we need on top of that another layer of reverb, which is just the high frequencies of a very long, lush reverb. We're gonna high pass the reverb, that particular reverb altogether, and we want just those high, sparkly, shiny qualities of that reverb to come through the mix. But you need a little bit of it in there to create this air around your voice. We need that. Excuse me. So that's first thing. In general, thank you guys. Thank you very much. You guys don't miss a beat. Or a sneeze. So that in general needs to be applied. The sneeze echo, I know, through all of my mics that are right now active and like waiting to be played. It's crazy. So the vocals throughout need a little bit of that lush reverb, that high lush reverb. And then in your choruses, you're going to probably need to put on more of the reverb that you already have. You just dial it up for the chorus. So you can either automate your reverb to like come up a little bit in the mix, or just put your vocal on another track that has more reverb like preset on it. That's the way I do it personally. I like to visually see when my reverb grows. Anyways, that's effects wise, those are very simple things. Compression wise, pretty easy to get. Once you get it, you just keep copy pasting that preset and throwing it into all the projects because it's your voice. You're not going to change that drastically. You'll be able to reuse the similar sound, and all you'll have to do is retweak some of the key EQing and compression and limiting for each song to like really make it sit properly. The notes that I have with regards to arrangement. Let's talk about the chorus for a second.
And the lambs are on the road, searching for meaning.
Bad example because this is the intro. Let's go to a fuller chorus.
Searching for meaning.
Where does it start? I think it's
And our tears and God tell us the reason you was wasted on the young. It's hunting season and the lambs are on the road, searching for me.
you get it. There's some harmonies that could fit in there that could definitely enhance the experience that we're having with these beautiful, rich, emotional vocals that are super wishy-washy in terms of like energy. Good, that's a good thing. But yeah, some harmonies, some doubles. I know you have a double in there. You did make that clear in the comments. But like chorus is the time to bring up those doubles and actually have them more audible so that they feel like they're having an effect and that you have this like natural chorus over your vocals. That's the time to bring those up. Chorus and the harmonies strategically, when you place them throughout the song, they can work. But especially in the second and the third chorus, whoo, we need some more of your voice. You know? Like I could do with more of you. Yeah? I don't know about anybody else. If I'm the only one that feels this way, then I'll shut the fuck up. But your voice is nice, and we will need to hear it more. So make some harmonies. Do some harmonies. It's a pretty simple thing. No, seriously, I've heard your voice harmonize. It works well. It sounds nice. Someday you will upload your Vox and AI will make harmonies for you. Honestly, that's fine. That's called a backup singer, I not. And I have to pay those usually. So if someone could do that for me, great. Take that shit off of my hands. I'll tell them what harmonies and the performance will be flawless. You fucking kidding me? I would take that shit. I would take that shit. It just makes my day faster. Let's just make it quick so it's faster. You know what I mean? Josh, nothing to awe about. Your voice is lovely. No, the voice is really, really good. Yeah, I'm not complaining either. It's like, exactly. Hatsune Josh. Hatsune. Hatsune Josh. I don't know what Hatsune is. It sounds Japanese. Sounds like an anime thing. Is it? I'm not a weeb. I am not a weeb. I'm not saying being a weeb is an insult, but I am not that. That is not I. By the way, Totally Porf, thank you for cheering during that song, 500 bits. You have specifically paid the amount to skip the queue, so I'm assuming that's exactly what you want to do. Hatsune Josh, I'm trying to refer to Hatsune Miku, the only Vocaloid. Right! Yes! I remember I've heard a song made with Hatsune Miku. You are now reminding me of what that is. Thank you very much. We've heard a song on this stream performed with Hatsune Miku on it. That was weird. And yep, good. So I have skipped you in the line already. It's been done. Okay. Josh, this is nitpicking. Because you know me, I am wont to do. As I am wont to do. We're going to go to those high slingshot falsettos here.
Out there crying, oh, just the same.
Oh, I missed the part, I think.
And I thought I saw you out there crying. Ooh, ooh. And I thought I heard you call my name.
Name. Little flat. Name is the melody. Again, nitpicking. But when it's this good, you're going to want to be nitpicky about those things because those details will take us out of it. The suspension of disbelief will cease as of those moments, and we will have to, not force ourselves to reconnect because the rest of your performance is still lovely, but there's something about a flawless vocal performance free of any of those hiccups that is entrancing. People just wow. I can't do that. That's so good. But you can do that. You can do that. So do that. It's worth it. It's worth being the nitpicker.
And I thought I heard you call my name.
Little flat. That's okay. Just a retake. Just retake that little pass. I don't think this is the kind of thing you could auto-tune or manually tune rather, because I think it'll distort the sound and the texture of your voice beyond recognition. I think. It's my suspicion, but you can try. You can try. And that's it, dude. That was my nitpicking. That was all I had to nitpick on. There are other moments near the end that you will now go back and listen to and obsess about. And I don't know if you're like me and you self-obsess and self-flagellate for missing the notes in the first place, and and then you actually never get around to actually fixing the damn problem. That's my pattern. I don't know if that's your toxic trait, but if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I recommend that you just do another scan, especially for those high notes. Those things are hard to go up and then come back down. It's hard, so it's expected that there's going to be some false notes. Deceive us, defy our expectations that there should be false notes, and that's when the vocal performance is going to be okay, you have to hear this, and I will be playing it for all my friends. You, I know this person. I've worked with this person. I've literally mixed this guy. Listen to this song. It's too good to not. There are songs that transcend, and that's, you know what I mean? That's when the performance is this good, it merits attention. So well done. Well done, and thank you, as always, for allowing us to listen to the track, allowing us to provide feedback, comment, criticize, but constructively on all fronts, as always. Josh, you're a champ, you're a star. You understand what we're trying to do here. We're trying to help you. We're trying to build what you have into something that cannot be possibly surpassed. And you're getting close with this one. It's a nice cover. It sounds really nice. So thanks for also supporting the stream, as you always do. Every stream, every feedback stream, this guy is here. This guy be gifting. Got to give it up to him. Our top gifter, ladies and gentlemen, Just Some Skills, by the way, of the channel's top supporter. I wish that I had the tally, but the tally stopped working because Josh broke it with how many gifts that he gave. So can't display that anymore, but he is our top gifter of the channel. So thank you for being that person. Yeah. And thank you. Get out of there. Get the fuck. Thank you for trusting us with your track. Damn it! Oh no! Thank you for trusting us with your track. Ah, man. Oh, actually, that's a good point. We should. Okay, get it out of your system. Get it out of your system, please. Go ahead. I'm gonna drink a lot of water now. So either way. All right. So, well done, Josh. Once again, as always, really. Let's not lie. You do a great job. Oh, well, there you go. You guys must have some channel points accumulated as well, too. So, that's funny. All right. Thank you, Totally Porf, for the link. We're going to call it up as the... I only need 23,000 channel points for a skip. Is that how much it is? I haven't not looked at these rewards in some time, guys. I'll be honest with you. I could give you 50 claps. Many claps. Or honks. I like the honks. We approve of the honks. It's 25K. Okay. There is a more honk. All right. So, Totally Porf has once again supported the stream and has donated 500 bits. Once again, thank you for that. Which, unfortunately, INOT and Starbeats means that he will be skipping ahead of you guys. All respect intended. And we will go through this and we will listen to all 3 minutes of it, actually 2 minutes and 50 seconds, because Totally Porf is also a Tier 1 subscriber, which means we'll listen to his whole song. So there we go. We will now commence. I appreciate your patience. INOT and Starbeats, by the way. Guys, thanks for being with us today. And all the time. You're always lovely. So here we go, Porf. We got Step It Up, the work in progress, a dance and EDM track. I can do better. Okay. I thought that was an L. Here we go, folks. No further ado. Let's listen to it. So overall, really great. Like it sounds nice and thick. It sounds nice and juicy. It's close to pretty much checking off all the boxes for it to be like radio ready. Close. Now there are some details that we have overlooked, or maybe that we just haven't considered. That's fine, but there are a few things that sound like choices that I would maybe have chosen differently myself, personally. Let's get into it, but right away, let's actually talk about it. So, first things first, the intro. Starts great. Super loud, super engaging. By the way, your mix or your master is fucking loud, by the way, which is not an insult, it's just loud. Take it as as you will, as a good thing or a bad thing. Most people these days think that's a good thing, okay, but it's loud. It's loud, just factually speaking. A bit of a different melody. I would have maybe introduced something here on the second half of this particular half of this intro, like a section here, just to like a sort of a sweep or something like that might need something, but it is very engaging, so we need to keep engaging. Otherwise, like you said, you might need to tone it down. You might need to either bring it all down and then bring it back to this point at this point in time, or add another element around here. Personally, and this is going to sound controversial, I don't think that this section is actually adding anything for you. I think just as you give us the bass and just as you give us the big treble, it kind of gets sucked away right away, and it's giving us a teaser of what we're going to hear anyways 8 bars later. And it's not the most compelling of bars, if I may say so. Like it's cool. Think of it, the beats are on the one. Like maybe if there was a pitched riser going on in the background, maybe, but then it turns into like early 2000s. You know what I mean? It starts sounding like a little bit been done before kind of thing. Whereas this clean dynamic sound, it's more novel than anything else. So I don't know about this section, man. I might take it out if I was you. Let's hear the drop. So what I think is you should keep this melody here. This melody that has harmonies on it, I think you should just play the root melody for the first 4 bars and then add on your harmonies. It'll sound much more video gamey that way. It'll have a build to it. Your drop itself will rise naturally just by removing the harmonies from your main melody for this particular section here and then putting them back on for the second half. As of there, basically. Just first half, unique melody, second half, unique melody plus harmony. And then by this point, it makes sense that the harmonies stay and the rest goes away kind of thing. But I will say this, bit of a short drop. I get it's a lot audio-wise, it's like a lot on the ears, so I get keeping it short, that makes sense to me. Just something to keep in mind. It's a bit short, and we have a lot of rise, but let's go back to see how far in we have to come back for a drop. That shit's gold. Sorry, I'm going to put that back so we can all enjoy it together, just to enjoy it because it's gold. It's dirty. But I don't know that rise it's very, you know, those transitions are very live DJ. It makes me think of like the filter knob on a DJM that basically like not only high passes but also enhances the peak frequency as you turn up the filter knob. That's what this transition makes me think of. It's very a live DJ perspective on a transition. So maybe put a little more thought into it than that. Okay, I have an idea for this because there's these every bar that you throw off the sub, it's starting to sound a little hollow. And I have an idea where if you take this riff, you go if you were to like octave that up by 1, but keep the sub on that same low octave as the bar before it, it would basically be this very like aller-retour, like a va-et-vient. It's all in French. You guys don't speak French. It's gonna do this come and go feel. That's what you're trying to do here with this come and go, sort of pulling out the sub and then throwing it back on. I understand, but it's feeling hollow for one whole bar after having felt super full for one whole bar, and I think that dropping out the sub during your drop, not a move I would recommend. So maybe octaving up this every second bar synth and keeping your sub in there might have more of a profound effect of what you're trying to accomplish here. Cool that you brought back in your synths here, and cool that you brought back in another element into this section, into this second half of the second drop. I love that this one's longer, by the way. It makes the first drop that is short no problem. I've already forgotten about it. This drop is too good. So well done. Let's see here. I think that's pretty much all I had to say about it. I would just maybe strategically add a few more elements into this particular second half here. All you have new is that really nicely mixed, by the way, very well mixed square wave like beeps that are going on way backwards in the mix. And I say backwards because it sounds like it's like reverse phased. It's beautifully placed, but that's the only thing that's new. I would say maybe injecting a few, you know, man, actually throughout, and it's going to be especially apparent to me for the last drop, but throughout, Porf, you might want to fuck with some reverb throw-ons and throw-offs. Like just for some effects and some notes even. Not even some full melodies, not even some full synths, just for like one note. For like, let's say if you wanted to fill some space, for example, I don't know, the place where I said needed some space filled in the second drop here. Ba-da. Just those last two notes. Ba 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 ba-da. If those last two notes had the ba-da. It's such a nice effect. Those two last notes, little reverbs, little throw off, a little throw on rather, or throw off. I don't fucking know what they're called. Just throw it on and throw it off. Fucking automate your fader. You know what I mean? Like a couple of those throughout. You have to, but like think of where would be good moments and like scatter them throughout your project. Then what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to dial a few back because you're gonna be like, I went way too overboard with this. I added way too many. There's too much reverb. And then you have to dial that back just to like about 20%. So like the 80% of your ideas of where the throw-ons are gonna be great, and then like 20% of them you're gonna be like, that doesn't belong there. And that's fine. That's part of the creative process, but fucks with some reverb throw-ons or throw-offs, throw-outs. Throw some reverb. Just fucking throw it. Just fucking throw it. Fucking throw some reverb. I just hurt my arm. I'm so out of shape. It's not even funny, but it is kind of funny. Okay, the last thing I have to say, it's something that I've already mentioned in this particular review. It is funny. It is funny. There's no lying. It's funny. I'm in pain right now, and it's hilarious. So the last thing that I have to say is this build here, this build right here, make a better build. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Make a better build. You could do better than that. You know what I mean? Like, be a little more creative than that. Whatever you're doing there, make a better build. You're a professional. You know what I mean? You can do it. I know you can do it. I heard you do it. Do it. You know what? Fair. Yeah. Come on. Come on. That's fine. We're not going to beat another dead horse today. Emitros is probably already bleeding and on the ground twitching. Poor kid. But yeah. Overall, though, like I said, the aesthetic, it's great. It's full, it's juicy, it's tasty, it's dynamic, and I think you just need to fill the gaps, trim the meat or trim the fat, and you're gonna have this nice juicy piece of music that I'm gonna listen to and show all my friends. And be like, look, I know the guy who made this. I talked to him. Did the build. I told him to do something else there, and I'm gonna show all my friends. And it's a win-win situation here. I get to show really good music to my friends, and you get to make really good music, and you get to brag about it. So that's great. But yeah, apart from that, I got nothing, man. You did it. You've made a great song, a great music song. It's a good music song. You know what I mean? It just needs it just needs the throwouts, offs, ons, ins, and or buts. Yeah, absolutely. I'll make sure to self-promo when I release the EP. Please do, for your own sake. Don't forget to promo. Thank you. You are welcome. Thank you very much, Totally Poor, for allowing us to listen to the track, talk about it online, provide feedback, comments, criticism, and or whatnot, throw-offs, ins, ends, or ends, outs. And you are most likely receptive to that feedback because you are an intelligent being, and you and you can do a better build-up than that. So thank you for trusting us with your track, and I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you supporting the stream, being a subscriber, and being a supporter. Just hands down, you're just being a supporter. So thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, and we'll see you. Well, I mean, you can feel free to stick around as we proceed to the next in line, which is someone who's been quite patient at this point, I gotta say. Guys, why didn't you tell me something was in my mustache? But yes, you am smart, Totally Porf. You am totally pormfict and totally smormt. You are. It was a great song. I'm not fucking with you. I enjoy that. But next, it's I Not. It's a me. I Not too. You know, it's funny. We haven't been many on this stream, like in terms of numbers. Usually by this point, around 2 hours, I will have done probably close to 10 reviews. There's 8, usually averaging about 4 an hour or so, 3-4 an hour. But I will have done very, very many. Today has been more about the detail and the in-depth analysis. We've been few in numbers, which allows us to do that. But I've been having fun really like getting into the nitty-gritty today. And I've been hearing like specific ideas, and I've been having a lot of fun with that. So I appreciate you guys being here. I'm very grateful to have the opportunity to have people to allow me to get into the nitty-gritty of music making. Let's get these little details. See that name, Josh? That name that you missang? Let's just tune that shit up, or let's re-sing it. That little fucking nitty-gritty, you know? Love that shit. It's like that's where the real meat of the song is. You know that a singer's good, not if they can sustain one note, but if they can sustain that note and then transition between notes flawlessly on almost like a stair-step journey to their next note. That makes a great singer. Someone who can nail the notes that are big and the in-betweenies. Woo! That's a good singer, gotta say. I am definitely going to listen. Can't stick much longer, though. I mean, the reviews have been so juicy. It is, right? Yeah? And there's been some drama, too. Fucking people trying to pass their work off. it's been dramatic today, guys. I'm glad you're all with me here today. I'll say that. We have Einat's song here. Yeah, it has stretched a lot. It has. And we'll do the same for you, Einat. We'll look into that nitty-ass gritty for you as well. For 2 minutes of this particular song, but still, we're going to be analyzing the shit out of those 2 minutes. So helpful. I'm glad it is, because otherwise I'm wasting everyone's time. It'd be fun. It'd be having some fun along the way, but still a waste of time. Also, I'm happy with the art I did for my track 2, Goes Hard. You know what, man? I kind of sometimes don't notice the art. The AI art that was here today has made me numb to the artwork. I'm sorry. I will make a specific note of analyzing your art. Come on, just load up. I can do better. Right. No, I actually spoke about it and pointed it out. I literally spoke about it and pointed it out. It actually fits really well. So, yes, absolutely. I agree with you 100%. Okay, folks, we now have to give some time. Well, let's see what we got. Einat here. Would you be up to listening to the whole thing, but only like pointing out the most obvious things to still keep it short? The arrangement is one of my problems, usually. What do you think, guys? Do you think we should give the whole song a listen? You think we should like keep it more on general structure notes? Maybe instead of writing my notes about like individual details, which I might still do, I like take some like actually write out the segments of your song in terms of like number of bars and whatnot. If I were to like analyze your song from like an arrangement perspective. Totally Porf says we have the time. It's not even, it's still light out. There's still sun outside. I say we do it. I say I agree with Totally Porf. Let's listen to Brisa de Amor, the work in progress by Einat 2. And let's keep a special ear open. I almost said I. Let's keep a special ear open for arrangement.
No sé qué viste en mí, pero doy gracias a la vida por cruzar nuestros caminos. Perdí un trozo de mi corazón aquel día cuando te conocí. Por fin me atrevo a cantarte esta canción escrita para ti. Tu sonrisa y tu mirada no me dejan dormir. No me dejan dormir. Con tu mirada te me metes en la piel. Yo te invito a mi barquito de papel. Tú y yo nos vamos de crucero al Edén. Esta historia no te la quieres perder. Con el sol alzado y la brisa del mar, más que un beso me has robado y no me voy a quejar. Y tú me subes, subes hasta las nubes, nubes, y tú me das todo tu amor. Y tú me cubres, cubres con tus ojos azules, y tú me das todo tu amor. hasta las nubes, nubes, y tú me das todo tu amor. Y tú me cubres, cubres con tus ojos azules, y tú me das todo tu amor. Y tú me subes, subes hasta las nubes, nubes, y tú me das todo tu amor. Y tú me cubres, cubres con tus ojos azules, y tú me das todo tu amor.
Okay. Okay. So, first things first. The sound, the aesthetic of the song is nice. I like the overall aesthetic. It's easy to digest. It's a 4-chord song, pretty easy to go through. So like I don't think the whole change needs to occur really with any of that. Let's see what you guys have to say before I say anything. As if you can close your ears. I know, right? Ooh, the vibe is so strong already. It's like if I'm listening to something and I'm like trying to listen to it from an arrangement perspective and I hear something wrong with the mix, as if I didn't actually take notes on the mix throughout, including the arrangement. All right. The trumpet sounded a bit off at the start, but the melody was spot on. I will have words about the trumpet. But yes, melody was appropriate. Arrangement-wise, it feels like we're still in the break, but I think that was meant to be the chorus. Nope, here it comes. There we go. Okay. His voice is so much louder. I'm going to talk about that, by the way. Nope, here it comes. There we go. That's a sentiment that I've had a few times in this song. The voice is so much louder. Agreed. I did mark that down for several moments. Wasn't really meant to be that much louder, though. You might have issues if you're mixing on headphones with ear fatigue. Or if you're mixing on speakers, actually. After time of mixing, after spending hours and hours and hours of mixing, you're changing, your hearing changes, the perception of your vocals and its loudness changes. So if you keep up-mixing, then you're like, export! Incorrect. You have to put it down for the day and then go back to it the next day. That's exactly what I did yesterday. When I spent 8 hours on the stream mixing my song, or mixing my client's song, I literally went, okay guys, I think it's done, so I'm going to go to bed now, and then tomorrow I'm going to export it. And then today I spent another hour just cleaning up the stuff that I thought was good yesterday, but that I fucked up. So you got to do that. That's a good thing. A good way to get your levels right is to give yourself a fucking break. That's super important. So there's that. The aesthetic is so nice. I agree with that. I think up until the chorus structure, the structure and progression was very much the same with some variation to it. Felt a tad bit stagnant. Okay, so I did my homework here. So I literally charted out like your song, like from the intro. It's backwards for you guys, but like from the intro, I put that many number of bars. I did that many number of bars. Did that many number of bars. And you know the thing that I concluded is that we don't need these many sections. We are telling the same story repetitively. And I'm looking at like, okay, there's a verse, then there's a trumpet, then there's a verse 2, then there's another trumpet, then there's a low bass, then there's another section that has trumpet but has more vocals that are louder, which they are too loud for that section, the chorus. And then there's another trumpet. And the thing about the trumpet is that the melody does change over time. It gets a little higher, a little higher, a little higher. So kudos to you for knowing that the motion, the direction is forward. The direction is up. That, well done. Now we need to squeeze out even more fat. What we're going to need to do is we're going to need to probably cut out some of these sections and combine them, consolidate. We will need probably one or two of those one trumpet before we get to the solo. One trumpet break before we get to the solo. What else do we have? We have verse 2. Verse 2 is fine. Low bass section, that was over here if I'm not mistaken. No. This section. This is going to be really good after a trumpet solo, agreed, but it's got to be placed correctly because you have quiet sections throughout and we don't need that many. We need at the most, I think, 2. I think with 2, you will have more than enough to work with, but you're going to have to trim out sections. So at least one of these trumpet solos has got to go. The other thing about trumpet solos, and this is the thing, is you play. Let's look at one of these sections with the trumpet solos. So it's nice that you have a variation at the end, but this didn't need to repeat for 8 bars. It just didn't. It just didn't. You could have very well... Next section. Let's go. Just nice, quick little interruption for trumpet. Let's go. You know what I mean? Like that's... Give the idea and maximize that section, make it the most of itself so that you don't need 20 different sections that are doing the same thing. By the way, electric guitar solo sounds great with this too. That was going to be another comment that I have. Okay, let me talk in order here. Let me go back to the beginning for a second, if I may. Here. Your vocals are a little tinny in this section.
Pero doy gracias a la vida por cruzar nuestros caminos, perdí.
The vocals, I know that you're going for like a megaphone thing, but what you're gonna need to probably do is high pass, is high pass as well as, or rather low pass as well as high pass. So remove some of those, like a tinny, Tinny, actually. So you basically have to cut off some of the high end as well as the low end to make it sort of like a megaphone, and then it'll have a better effect. Plus, you're going to probably need to add some distortion. The sound is too clean, so it's going to need a little bit more with distortion and a little bit more muffled, and it's going to make a world of difference, basically. Learning how to trim down a track has been like one of the tougher things since I started looking for feedback. Yeah, it's hard. Fucking so easy to leave things in for the vibe. Yeah, and that's ego. At the end of the day, when you get down to it, if you're leaving things in for the vibe, it's ego. Your song doesn't need it. You're not doing it for the music. You're doing it for yourself, which is fine. Just say so. I swear ear fatigue makes me want to just sit in a section of the song with a really nice atmosphere for hours, and I end up mistaking that for wanting it in the song. Also agreed. So much agree. SNT Rose, Jesus, I know my alphabet. SNT St. Rose, thank you very much for following and joining the queue. Appreciate that. Like Alex Starbeats so kindly pointed out. Thank you, Alex, for being with us as always. Only post when it's your turn, and I appreciate that very much. Also, Totally Porf did the same thing. Thank you very much. Just Bubbles, also, I'd like to say thanks for joining the queue. I didn't say so before, but thank you very much. We're focused on a lot of things at the same time here. Okay, so yeah, just let's get these vocals in the intro a little bit more, like a little more gritty, and then it'll be good. Totally Porf, take care of yourself, my dude. We will see you very soon, and I'm looking forward to hearing the update of the track because it's a banger. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon, man. Later. So the kick in certain sections, I think it was in this section.
Las nubes, nubes, y tú me das todo tu amor, y tú me cubres, con tus ojos.
It wasn't this section, it was another section.
Ojos de crucero. paredes.
Very loud. The kick was very loud in that section, so we don't need it that loud. So just a quick dial back. Okay. The verse 1.
Cuando te corazón, un trozo
Let's start here.
de mis caminos, pero doy gracias a la vida por cruzar nuestros caminos. Perdí un trozo de mi corazón aquel día cuando te conocí. Por fin me atrevo a cantarte esta canción.
I don't know if the drums was I get it, but I don't know if the place to bring that snare in was here. I don't know if that's the case. It sounds a little bit at odds because basically the rest of the song, or the rest of the song at this point in the song, isn't really evolving much. It's you got a couple more harmonies from the vocals and you get a snare. We haven't the transition itself that happened right here
No te conocí.
was signaling to a bit more of a dramatic change, and then it almost kind of came a little bit underwhelming as to what actually changed in the section after it. So I think it might need a little more in this section, but if you're trying to build it slowly, then I would say even like reducing the transitions, like drama a little bit might. Yeah, it's a little too much edging. Exactly. Thank you very much, Einon. Took the words out of my mouth. There you go. What else do we got? Trumpet, I've already spoken about, that the sections seem to repeat. Kick's still too loud in this section.
Con el sol
Yeah, low bass here. I had a note about this. Hold on.
alzado y la brisa del mar.
Oh, I remember what my note was. It was switch this build with this build. Or break, rather.
Brisa con el sol alzado y la brisa del mar. Más que un beso me ha robado.
No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. I don't think so. Aren't you scared to burn your beard when your joint sig is like that small? A lot of practice, brother. A lot of practice. So I just like tilt my head basically, and not really. You gotta go like this. So you have to really position it at the right moment or at the right angle, because otherwise it could be bad. But a lot of practice. I thought you were from Spain. I heard the corazón. I heard that. Anyways, let's keep going through this.
Y no me voy a quejar. Y tú me subes hasta.
Right. I remember thinking this as well. So, let's put the joint down for a second and let's talk for real. The building up to come back down in this section is good, but you stay down for too long, so you've just built up momentum over the course of this entire break, and then you lose it because we're waiting for the actual drop to happen.
Las nubes, y tú me das todo tu amor. Y tú me cubres con
It's still not arriving? What? No. So, honestly, I think if you're going to do this section,
sol alzado y la brisa
great, and then you add the bass.
me ha robado. Y no me voy a quejar. Y tú me subes.
You come back down for the false drop? Sure. You know what I mean? Like, let's go. 2 bars max. Give it to me straight and give it to me fast. Because that is literally an edging spree. Absolutely. Like, I'm a drummer, right? So I think of the ways that I would play drums to things all the time. I'm always constantly tapping on things. So let's hear, like, this is what my brain wants to do.
Con el sol alzado y la brisa hasta las nubes, nubes, y tú me das todo tu amor, y tú me cubres, cubres con tus ojos azules.
And I mean, I missed the beat. I missed the everything. I hit my nail like I broke a nail here. But my point is that the energy wants to build, and the song wants to explode. But then you're like holding it back, like not yet. Wait for it. Wait for it. Steady. 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 You know, and it never comes. Well, no, that's not true. It does arrive, but a little late. You could permit yourself to arrive to the point, I guess. And that's it. That and the Vox were too loud at certain moments. You know what I mean? Like, those are just common mixing things that when you listen back, you're like, oh yeah, they're too loud for this section. That's too bad. But that's fine. That's easy stuff to fix. The hard stuff to fix is specifically what you were worried about, which is the arrangement. So we need to look at sections that can be pulled out, because I don't think you need all of those sections. So what you're going to want to do is literally squeeze this song. I challenge you, as a matter of fact, I challenge you to turn this into a 3-minute song. See if you can. Arrive as close. I think my prediction is going to be you're going to arrive around 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Around 3 minutes and 20 seconds at the least. I don't think you'll be able to scratch 3 minutes. And I'm not saying I'm not saying that that's not a slight on you. I think that considering what you have, the story that you're telling here, I don't think you'll be able to trim off a minute because there's so many elements going on. So let's see. I think you're gonna scratch 3 minutes and 20. You're gonna be like, but if I take anything else out, it changes the whole nature of the song. But again, I've been down this road and I just want to see. I want to see the 3-minute version of this song. So I challenge you to do that. Either way, like I think everyone seems to have agreed. Totally Porf. Alex as well enjoyed the song. Which, by the way, Alex, for your patience, muchísimas gracias para ti también. Like, thank you so much. And you are on your way to writing a wonderful song, because the aesthetic makes me want to listen to it. And even, funny enough, it makes me think a little bit of banda music from Mexico. The don can, the polka element to it. A lot of music in Mexico, obviously it's not like they probably inspired themselves from a lot of European sources, but there's banda music from Mexico that I had to learn at some point on bass. And I was listening, it was like very polka. And this too had that polka influence, sort of like the predecessor to reggaeton. And it's like, I like that. It feels nice. And it's just not reggaeton. So I like it even more. I'm sorry. I like reggaeton. I like that song. I really enjoy that song, but I guess I've heard too much of that song, reggaeton. So I guess any change is welcome, rather. It's even if it's polka, I love it. Honestly, it sounds refreshing. So thank you either way. And I think that's pretty much a breakdown of like what the arrangement can do, as well as a couple of mixed notes. I think that's all I got either way. So thank you, Einot, for being patient, waiting ahead of all the skips, as like, you know, as is. Sometimes we can support streams, sometimes we can't, but I'm happy we were able to get to your song. I'm happy we were able to listen to it in its entirety. Thank you for allowing us to listen to it, provide feedback, comments, criticism, critiques, analysis, what not. I appreciate you being open to that feedback as well, because you've been, you know, somewhat agreeing with some of the things that we've been saying about the song, and I think it's because you are logical, you have a head on your shoulders, you know what to do with music, so let's get on it. Either way, thank you for trusting us with your track. It's always nice to have a returning viewer who's looking for our feedback. It's appreciated. It's validating to know that people actually want to hear the shit that I'm saying, so that's nice. But it's also nice to hear music evolve. That's actually pretty cool. Re-recorded with more energy and everything. Well, damn, yeah, that was really weird. Yeah, with the vocals being loud. It's okay, that happens. Bet easy. We'll see about the challenge. We'll see about those 3 minutes. I'm down to hear it, though. Alex, you're good, Mike. Thank you very much for your patience again. Oh, nice. I think I thought it was more like music for the ladies. I don't really like it myself. Not a fan either. I've heard it more than enough, and it doesn't change that much more than it is proposed to have changed. So anyways. Thank you, man, for everything, and thanks for the analysis, the arrangement. Oh, my pleasure, my dude. Having some fun listening to people's music. Always a blast. Let's go. Been working on this for a couple of days. Would like some opinions on the main idea. Mix still needs work. Hit me, bro. Hit me in the chat. Hit me in the chat. Hit me in the chat. I don't know. Someone's gonna do something with that. You have the sample now, so have fun. Hit me in the chat. Hit me in the chat. Yeah. There, you got a double. There you go. I will go now as it's 11:50 here and I gotta wake up at 6. Yeah! Go to bed! But thanks again and have fun, everyone. Take care, INOT. Thank you very much for joining us again, man. Always good to have you. It was a good song, though. We'll say that. It's like it's got that texture that I would listen to. Okay, Star Beats. Alejandro. ¿Qué escuchamos ahorita? ¿Sí? Escuchamos. Ahorita. Psychedelic. Star Beats. Let's go. No more delay.
Within parapsychology, telepathy, often along with precognition and clairvoyance, is described as an aspect of extrasensory perception, ESP, or anomalous cognition, that parapsychologists believe is transferred through a hypothetical psychic mechanism they call psi. Parapsychologists have reported experiments they use to test for telepathic abilities. Among the most well-known are the use of Zener cards and extrasensory perception, ESP, or anomalous cognition, that parapsychologists believe is transferred through a hypothetical psychic mechanism they call psi. Parapsychologists have...
All right, so that's 2 minutes. I just want to hear where your second drop goes real quick, so just to get the idea of the texture. That's pretty good. That's pretty great. Yeah, my favorite parts of your songs are your drops, hands down. Like they're very present and very engaging. Yeah, that sounds good. Also, sorry, Alexandru. I was saying Alejandro like as the Gaga song goes, but I realized after your name is actually Alex, so that could have probably been misinterpreted, which I did successfully misinterpret. So thanks, Alexandru. So I don't know any Romanian, but I speak Italian, and I heard they're close. That's all I got. However, I have problems with your with your risers, man, with your rises or your builds. It's just because they're not. They're both clean, sterile, but also dense. It's kind of weird.
Within parapsychology, telepathy, often along with precognition and clairvoyance, is described as an aspect of extrasensory perception, ESP, or anomalous cognition, that parapsychologists believe is transferred through a
Alex, do you like Muse, the band Muse? Just curious. If you know the band Muse. I'm asking for a very specific reason. Also, hi, Tanarim. Welcome back. Appreciate you being back with us, rather. I'm Barlam. Also, hi. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yo, General Tips! What's good? Milk, welcome back. You've never heard of them, Alex. Muse is killer. Muse is killer. Muse is one of my favorite bands of all time. But Muse is an English band that plays like progressive, classically influenced alternative rock, Alex. Now, there's a song that I want you to listen to of them, only because it's basically their take on dubstep. Knights of Sidonia, Jess Bubbles, thank you so much. Oh my God, one of my favorite songs of all time, I think. There's a song from them that is basically their take on dubstep, like a rock dubstep kind of. They do a lot of cool sound design. It's called... what is it called? Hold on a second. I know what album it's from. It's from Muse, The Second Law. It's one of their weaker albums, but there's one song from it that is... No, it's not Madness, actually. It's not Madness. It is called... Give me a moment here because my computer's very, very slow because I'm running OBS and the internet at the same time. It's called The Second Law, Unsustainable. That's what it's called. What I would like you to do, this song here, Alex Starbeats, what I would like you to do, there is a news reporter voice also happening in this song, at the intro of this song, and I'm not going to play it on the stream because legit I've gotten censored before because I've played just song snippets, even though I'm commenting on them and even though I'm providing fair use. I have to contest it, and on YouTube I can't contest it because the video is too long. It's a nightmare, so I'm not going to play it. But go listen to that because the intro does really cool things with the voice and sort of creates these staccato effects and these static effects. And that intro to the dubstep section, they do it twice, just like you do. And I think you could inspire yourself on what to do with your voice from that song. I think you should inspire yourself on what to do with the voice from that song. You need to create glitches in the Matrix. You need to really glitch out the glitch the shit out of this voice and glitch the shit out of that voice. And that way, even if you're doing not much in the background, even if you're doing very minimal sound design in the background while that voice is happening, it will still absolutely have an effect of change and flux, and it'll keep your build up fresh, and it won't require much work. You'll just have to basically glitch the shit out of it with reverb, delay, and distortion, clip distortion, fucking what's it called, bit crushers. You're gonna want to use what's the other word there, the swirly sound, fuck, I forget what it's called right now. Fuck with your vocals, glitch your vocals out a lot, is what I'm saying. Other than that, the kick... The kick is very boomy and could have more pop, could have more snap to it, I think. It could do with a little more of a shift from the balance of boomy sub to snappy kick. And I think that your sub frequencies for your bass, for this drop in particular, it's just for this drop in particular. It's a little, the balance between your bass, mids, and treble is off. You have way too much bass a lot of treble and not a lot of mids. So I think you're going to want to shift your things over into the mids a little bit more. You got to shift your frequency focus into the mids of your song a little tiny bit more. And I think you'll have good luck with this. So I think you'll have good success with this. Remember, guys, I produce and mix with gaming headphones, so I'm trying my best. Well, that's okay. As long as you know your headphones, you can work with them so that this doesn't happen every time. You know what I mean? You have to like adapt. You have to know, okay, if my headphones don't have a lot of bass, that means that I have to mix in a way that there is not a lot of bass in my mix, and it's going to sound wrong, and I'm going to want to hear more bass in my mix, but I'm going to have to know and remember I can't enjoy the bass from these speakers because that's not going to give me a balanced bass. That's why you get good speakers and good headphones, so you can also enjoy the mixing process because you know what you're mixing, what you're making sound good is how it's supposed to sound. So that's why I recommend using headphones, speakers over headphones, and using decent quality, larger diaphragm speakers that emulate all of the frequencies you need to hear. 6.5 inch is usually the ideal across the board for all genres of music. 6.5 or 7 inch drivers. And when you get to 8, you start getting scooped mids and stuff, so it's a problem. But 6.5, 7 inch drivers are always a move. Been using them for quite some months. Thanks, man. We'll getting some better headphones soon, or just use your headphones and like don't enjoy your mixes, which is kind of shitty of you to ask of you, but it's kind of what it is. I use Arctic Nova Pros, but I use $80 computer speakers with a little sub to cross-reference with. Well, yes, if you have something to check against, to know if you have too much sub or too much treble, if you have something to cross-reference, then that's a wonderful tool, for sure. Then that's great. And that's all I have for your notes, man. Let's just all together now, as a thank you for waiting, Alex, let's just all just enjoy this second drop together, because I don't think there's much to do with it. Let's just listen. Nice work on the second drop. I like it very much. You could have even extended your droppy a little more, but I get it. You're going into the super weird moody section. I get that. I get that. Thank you very much for allowing us to listen to your track, Alex, for allowing us to talk about it, provide feedback, concepts, criticisms, creative, constructive comments, and for allowing us to feel like you're listening to us, because you're here with us and talking with us, and it's good to have you. It's good to have you, bud. Thank you for trusting us with your track very much, Alex. Always appreciated to have you here, and it's always good to hear your music, man. It's some good beats. I like that dirty ass drop. I really like that second drop. One more time, guys. This is... Those side bass, those like wobs and wobs and wobs. I like it very much. Very nice. Very nice. Just Bubbles. You've been with us for a while, actually, as well, and you've been quite patient. And you've subscribed with Prime Gaming for 2 months, so thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's been it's good to have you part of the crew. So welcome to the subscription corner. Gotta love the wubs. Love the wubs. Good stuff. Love the wubs. Just Bubbles, thank you for not only subscribing, thank you for being patient and waiting in line. Let's hear your, you made a little, you made a little something this past week. Well, let's hear a little something. Let's just hear a little something. Let's just put something in the chat and let's just hear a little something. Let's just listen together to some. Shall we do so? You thought this was water, but it's not water, it's vodka. No, not true. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go. Let's go. Hit me up in the chat. Let's go with the link. Let's go. Let's go. Anytime. There's some little Jägermeister in that water. You mean there's some water in that Jägermeister? Nope, just water. I'm not that exciting. I am just far from that capable of functioning on that much alcohol. I used to be. When I was gigging like regularly, oh man, it was like kind of an exercise of like how much can you drink and still play like Sweet Madam Blue live at the Bull Pub. It was kind of an exercise in drinking, actually. When my open mic days, I used to host an open mic for a couple of years. That was a fucking marathon. That was literally like, let's try to keep our tuning. I used to record myself on some nights that I was drinking and some nights that I wasn't. And I remember thinking the nights I was drinking, like, wow, man, I'm nailing this. And then I would listen to myself and be like, I am not nailing this. I am thinking I am nailing this, but it sounds very poor in my recordings. So be careful with alcohol. It will lie to you. She will be a lying twat to you with regards to your live performances. So even when you're mixing, if you're dropping a track live or something like that, spinning live, I mean, gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. You just gotta. She's a lying whore. Weed, on the other hand, that's different. All right. Enough talk about substance. I mean, I could talk about substance for a long time, but that's not what we're here to do right now. What we're here to do is listen to Just Bubbles, otherwise known as Just Flom, 2000 and Late. That's a really good title. That's actually a really nice title, honestly. Enough talk, time to dance. Just popped open a fresh cart of some green crack. That's some good stuff. Green crack is some really nice sativa. I really enjoy it very, very much. It's got a nice like earthy but lemony taste to it. I gotta stop. I could talk about this all day. Here we go. Just Flom, 2000 and Late.
Or die, dance 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 or die. Turn it up, feel the heat, feeling hot, I need the beat. So get your ass up off the seat, wanna draw my gun, you move your feet. Turn it up, feel the heat, feeling hot, I need the beat. So get your ass up off the seat, wanna draw my gun, you move your feet. It's getting louder. It's getting louder. It's getting louder. It's getting louder. Dance or die. Dance or die. Dance or die. Dance or die. DJ, turn it up, 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 up. DJ, turn it up, 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 up. Drinking from a cup, 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 cup. Better fill it up, 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 up. We're getting slizzard, getting crunk, cause the DJ knows what's up. Getting wasted, getting drunk. Hit the flow, whoa, whoa. And let your freak come out. And let your freak come out. Let your freak come out. I got my hurting, got my fur kicks, glitter on my face, glitter on the floor. I got my Hennessy, mom, and I see I'm very on Patron. So much more. We're getting slizzard, getting crunk, cause the DJ knows what's up. Getting wasted, getting drunk. Hit the flow, whoa, whoa.
Attention party people. This is international. Turn it up, get on the floor, and dance or die.
Turn it up, feel the heat, feeling hot, I need the beat. So get your ass up off the seat, wanna draw my gun, you move your feet. Turn it up, feel the heat, feeling hot, I need the beat. So get your ass up off the seat, wanna So rest, shake, and bake and make a move. Cause tonight we bless with capital H-Y-M-N. Loud, West Coast represent. Make the clouds up in the air, air, raining down.
Okay, that is 3 minutes. Okay. So, let's talk about this. I see what you're doing. You're trying to make a dance song. You're trying to make people boogie, and you're trying to make them feel the groove. And it is a vocally driven song. So I understand the intention going into this. Just to be clear, I understand what you're trying to do. So first thing I'm going to say, I'm going to go in order. Dance or die. Dance or die. Dance or die. Dance or die. And sorry, I can't get it out of my head. It's still looping in there. Stop it. Okay, so the C of dance needs to be a DS. DS or die. DS or die. So,
Dance or die. Dance or die.
Dance or die. Dance or die. That's all I hear. So we gotta tune that whistle. We gotta like cut out that frequency. So or DS. It's a DS or plugin will make quick work of this. Need it in my life. Now, your vocals throughout are too loud. It's some points irritating, some points it falls back into balance, and then some points it just dominates every other instrument that is in the mix to the point where I'm like, I don't know if the mix is correct. I hear a lot of sub-frequencies. Maybe it's a lot of sub-frequencies, but I can't tell because the vocals are so crushingly loud compared to the rest. And if you're trying to make people dance, you might want to focus a little more on the beat. Because not only is the vocal like main track super loud in most parts of this song, we are not hearing the rhythm, like the kick, which is supposed to be the loudest, hands down for a dance song, loudest element. Our snare is arguable, but the kick is not. For a 4-to-the-floor dance song, and this is a dance and EDM song, as you have put here, we need more beat and less vocals. This is what I was going to say, because on top of it being super loud throughout, it's everywhere. Your vocals, I'm going to have a hard time finding a place where there isn't vocals in this song. So we need breaks from your vocals on a songwriting perspective as well. Because look. Oh, there's another voice. That doesn't count as yours, so fair enough.
When you move your feet, it's getting loud. So rest, shake, and get her doing never with heat. See, wanna draw me feeling, I need the beat. Die, dance or die.
From start to finish for 3 minutes and 58 seconds, you are loudly putting your voice everywhere in the song, and I think that is a bad decision songwriting wise. You're giving us no context. You're not working with what is called negative space. Okay, so we need that space to give your voice context. Just Bubbles, is that lady voice yours? Yes, I thought it was. You've submitted stuff here before, Just Bubbles, and it was your voice last time. But I think that to a certain extent, it doesn't matter whose voice you use, if it's yours or not. You want to. There's a way to shine the spotlight on your voice, and volume is only one of many different ways to shine a spotlight on your voice. And the other thing is do you want to shine the spotlight on your voice throughout this entire track? Don't you want to have people lining up to the beat of the song? If so, the beat, arguably the most important thing that we should be hearing throughout, louder than anything else, needs to be turned up. That's what I wrote here. Mix is a bit unbalanced. The auto-tune solo.
blizzard, getting crunk, cause the DJ knows what's up. Getting wasted, getting drunk, hit the flow, whoa, whoa.
I don't remember where the auto-tune solo is. I think I wrote either way. I'm not sure about it. It's a little... doesn't add anything to your track for me. The melody itself, if you were like thinking of a melody and you were using autotune just to like hone in that melody, that would be one thing, but it's kind of just very improvisational and doesn't really bring anything more to this track, in my opinion. So I would get rid of it personally. This thing...
Attention party people. This is international. Turn it up, get on the floor.
I think I find the lyrics to be a bit cringy for this particular section. In general, the song itself is not the most original or innovative of lyrics of mankind, you know. We're not talking about Dark Side of the Moon here, but it's okay. I like songs that just make me have a good time. I like songs that make me connect to just a feeling and an experience, so I could get around that. But that, on top of this robot voice saying, starting by saying, party people, I'm like, it's been done so many times before. It's so cringy. I want the lyrics to change in this section specifically. I could put up with the rest, but the lyrics here, I would want a robot to tell me to do something in a more creative way. Let's put it that way. I've heard robots say so many cool things in movies, songs, TV shows. I've heard robots say such cool things. And what the robot is saying here is not of particular interest to me, considering the subject matter that we're talking about, which is just partying, which is a topic that I can get behind. So I think we can do better for that section, just for the record. Getting louder. I wrote here, this section here, I believe.
I need the beat. It's getting louder. It's getting louder.
I think that, to be honest, the getting louder section could be layered a little bit better with harmonies. You could, like, instead of just repeating two different things, it's getting louder, with your super stereo vocals that are very radio sort of sound, and you bounce back between the two, you could even do sort of like a Lorde thing and layer on some vocal, like, melodies and harmonies on top of that. It's getting louder, it's getting louder, it's getting louder. You know what I mean? Like, add on your layers so that it's getting louder. It's getting louder. Make it louder. But make it louder not just with volume. Make it louder with harmony, with melody. Make your song louder with personality. Because the songs that lack personality, they don't get louder in the good way. They get louder in the volume way, which I could take it or leave it. I could take a volume louder, take it or leave it. If it's a great show and I want to turn it up, that's fine. If a great song and I want to turn it up, that's fine. But, or I thought show because of a live musical performance. But like, if a band is quiet and amazing, I will take that over okay, but loud. That's just me, personally. Also, last thing, this key change...
Take the middle path to the dance floor for your ascent. Put your hands up, don't resist, arrest, shake and make a move. Cause tonight we bless, we capital H-Y-M-N.
Good rapping performance, I will say that. The rapping itself and the lyrics are getting better at this section here. Why did we wait until the end of the song to bring this out? We should have brought this section up way earlier. The key change is kind of random at this point of the song, so it's kind of like, but yeah, I'm not sure it's like the time for it. I think that the time for this sort of rapping was earlier and like show it off. And the key change might have worked earlier, but not here. Not like this. Not like this. Tenorim. It's an interesting song mix though. agreed. It's interesting. Not sure if it's supposed to be a dance track. Yeah, it does sound a little more experimental than a dance track. You also heard AI Robot sing a lot, especially today, yeah, concerning the auto-tune and that kind of stuff, and the cringy robot voice. So yeah, I get what you mean. I have high expectations for robots, I guess is what it comes down to. Just Bubbles, I'm glad you agree to a certain extent, at least. I don't know how much you agree with necessarily, it's okay to go experimental with stuff. That's fine, as long as your mix suits the experiment. And the experiment here is, I think, more in your beat than your vocals, because the vocals themselves aren't as experimental as necessarily it seems. They're just louder, and the mix itself seems like the interesting thing. The mix, the instrumental itself seems like the interesting experimental thing that's going on in the background. Give me more of it. Give me more of the experiment, because otherwise it's like, what is it like? I don't know. I don't have a good analogy for this, but it's essentially not as much of the thing you're going for that you would even want heard, and we want to hear that. We want to hear your funky, crazy, freaky side, not just how loud we can make the vocals. Just bottom line. Either way, thank you, Just Bubbles. I really appreciate the feedback. It's very experimental. Yeah, I agree with everything you said. Either way, whether you agree or not is 100% your choice. I think, personally, you got a better mix in you, is what I think. I think you could definitely like spit out a better mix from what you have to work with here. Could also add some choir parts. Well, I was mentioning about that tenor. There was the tenor. Sorry, just tenor. I was mentioning that as well. Is the harmonies in your vocal sections, especially for "It's Getting Louder." You're literally spelling it out for me. Make some Muse level harmonies. Make some Lord level harmonies. I would listen to Royal and the album on which Lord's song Royal is on. And take inspiration from her, because she is a wonderful digital sounding harmony machine. So like, she does a really good job with that, and I think you could apply some of that into this song and inject some harmony, and it'll pop. But either way, thank you, Jess Bubbles, for allowing us to listen to the song, first of all. Second and third of all, we don't have a show without something to listen to, so thanks for that. Thank you for allowing us to comment, criticize, feedback, whatever, comment, anything we can do to improve this song. And thank you also for being open to that. That's also very nice. It's nice to know that people actually listen. I would be looking forward to hearing a remix of this if you were to come back on the show and drop it again with a fresh new mix. I'd be listening to it for sure, 100%. That's what this show's about. It's improvement. So don't feel shy. Come back. Come on back now. You hear? Thank you for subscribing as well, for being a subscriber on our channel. We appreciate that. Supporting the stream any way you can. Appreciate that. Thank you for trusting us with your track. I don't know if you heard the track, but I slammed my arm in a dramatic way. Always a pleasure to take care of y'all. Take care of yourself, Jess Bubbles. Stick around if you wish to hear the next track that is on the docket, which we will going to Saint Rose. All the support. Every of the support, Jess Bubbles. Your name is, like, by the way, just saying, Jess Bubbles is a great username. Just saying. Just saying. It's like, I love anything to do with bubbles. No troubles on the doubles. Love that shit. Love that shit. Good back and forth. I like that. Very nice. All right. I got Saint Roses. I hope it's Saint. I hope I've not been like saying that wrong. SNT Rose. We'll just call you Rose. How about that? We'll just stick with Rose. We have this track by Rose. SNT.Rose. Saint Rose. Okay, cool. Let's do it. General tips. Yeah, you're up next, dude. And you're last on the day. We might just call it there. We might just do a short little stream. I streamed for 8 hours yesterday doing some mixing. You were there for some of that general tips as well. I think, right? Yes, I believe you absolutely were. Either way, we got this track. Golden Hour. We're going to listen to it. Most of it, almost all of it, as a matter of fact. If not all of it, we'll see how it goes. Let's listen. Golden Hour by Saint Rose.
Don't you fall in love no more. Roll a couple more blunts at the show.
Real nigga status, hundreds in the mattress. Trunk full of funk, all these niggas say I'm taxing. I blow on skunk, I blow on Doja. Military minded, man, I thought your mama told you. Don't fuck with niggas like me. Yeah, we come around the corner with 5 beams. Rolling up a wood, whatever the time be. Couple Dutch Masters in the Arizona iced tea. Yeah, matching my sneakers, dope as some reefer. Told a little bitch I ain't never gon' need her. Convinced that I'ma change my demeanor. In my defense, I never met a nigga's ever been cleaner. Y'all could try to be like me, yeah, I got it going on. Finally met a dime piece. The drinks are on me, got the Coke and Hennessy. Had to slide my CD, type of bitch you gon' find on TV.
Don't you fall in love no more. Roll a couple more blunts at the show.
Yeah, she followed me to the back and unloaded all the baggage. Explaining how she lived with all the damage. Told me to speak in Spanish. Talking about how everyone is plastic. Chanel number 5 and some other shit that was passive. But I'm addicted to the feeling. Yeah, I'm addicted to the feeling. Walking on the moon like I'm lucid. Better turn it down, I'm making music. Yeah. Now I gotta do it again for the hoes in the back. Cause my baby really like that ass so fat. Yeah, I got it going on. With these groovy beats that turn you on. While we driving down the bay with the windows down. Yeah, we run this town. Take a look at what you did and take a look at what you found.
Don't you fall in love no more. Roll a couple more blunts at the show.
Okay. I fucks with it. It's nice. It's got a good aesthetic. Lyrics are good. The flow in general has it's interesting. It changes, which I like. I can respect that your flow actually switches up midway through a verse. It's good. Just keeping me on my toes, keeping me like just not the same lyrical structure. I like that. So that's good. That checks a lot of boxes already. So I'm happy. It's hard to do rap well, but when you do it well, goddamn, is it good. So the scratches, the record. Okay, I gotta ask. Actually, before I ask, let's talk about Tanner here. I gotta go. Unfortunately, late here. Good night, everyone, and good job on the song Saint Rose. Agreed. Good night, Tanner. Take care of yourself, and enjoy the evening. We'll see you soon. We'll see you soon. All right, Saint Rose. So first, I gotta ask you, Saint Rose, is. What's your role on this? Are you just the vocalist, or did you produce the beat as well? Did you just mix the vocals, or record and mix the vocals, or did you like buy the tracks and then mix them yourself? What is your you know what I'm saying? What's your job in this? What control do we have over this track? Like what level of control? While I light this blunt, recorded mixed vocals. My engineer made the beat. Okay. Tell your engineer that the scratches are too loud, except in the intro. In the intro, it's fine. That's cool. Also, my best friend, good. Then tell him rudely. You don't have to tell him rudely, but it's fun when you talk to friends rudely. No, demand that your scratches be lower throughout the track because they don't need to be that loud, honestly. It's a little 90s for me, personally. Also, you recorded and mixed the vocals. My engineer made the beat. I'll say this, though. I mixed the scratches, though. Keep them on the intro. Okay, cool. Never mind about your engineer, then. Yeah, so the intro is fine where it is. You don't have to touch the intro. But the scratches on the rest of the song are just a little loud. You could bring them down like 5 dB, maybe even more, and it'll tell the same story. You just won't need to hear them so loudly. As long as we get the point of those record scratches, that's all we need from those. We don't really need them to cut through as loud as your vocals. So something to think about. Speaking of your vocals, actually, we're gonna need probably a little more variation in your vocals. Not to say that you have to re-record the rap or the singing or anything. I'm talking about literally like doubling, harmonizing with some of your sections, maybe fucking with your pan, fucking with echo, fucking even with reverb throw-ons or throw-offs or throw-ins, ends, or outs. Like basically making your voice more interesting as it is throughout the song. So like throwing on strategic doubles. That's going to be at the end of a lot of phrases. You could put at the end of every like 2 bars, the whatever last words that you're saying on those bars, you throw on a double, or strategically because you change your vibe a couple of times. Just listen to a lot of rap, especially from the early 90s, late 90s, early 2000s. There is a lot of this sort of texture, this sort of like low mellow texture, R&B style, but with a lot of rap inside there, and they strategically double it every now and then just to give it a little more emphasis on some of the key words. We're gonna need that. We're gonna need you to fuck with the left and the right as well. It's a lot of vocals right in the middle, like just in the center of your left and right spectrum. Throw it to the left and right every now and then, or throw your doubles to the left and right every now and then. Even a couple of like improvs of like like just throw that right, left. Just think with just like creative vision. Just throw on a bunch of improvs and then like take some away. You're gonna probably record 20% too much. As it usually happens, you like all the ideas that you have are great, and then you're going to be able to trim off at least 20% of the ideas that you have, but we need variation for the vocals. So like stupid things that'll literally help.
Yeah, we come around the corner with 5 beams, rolling up a wood, whatever the time be. Couple Dutch Masters in the Arizona iced tea. Yeah, matching my sneakers, dope as some reefer. Told a little bitch I ain't never gonna need her. Convinced that I'ma change my demeanor. In my defense, I never met a nigga's ever been cleaner. Y'all could try.
You know, like just literally stupid things like that throughout. It's gonna make, especially when you're rapping, mostly when you're rapping, not really when you're singing. It's gonna be a tool for you to use strategically, and it's gonna render this voice, which is already pretty interesting because you're changing up the flow so well, and you're doing it well, by the way. You're pretty on the beat, pretty much throughout. So you're doing you're rapping well. Now what we want to do is we want to throw all of the tricks that the pros do at the song so that people don't even like are overwhelmed by just the voice. Like that voice is so much, and there's all those little layers going on in the background that are just like jazzing up your song to like radio ready levels. That's what we need. A couple of those throughout, and a lot of, again, messing with doubles, messing with echo, messing with panning. It's gonna help. The other thing is, I'm going to focus mostly on vocals because it's like what you have most control on it. Ear candy. Thank you. I always forget that term. Ear candy. We need a lot of ear candy. We need some candy. Everybody likes some candy. This is the candy with no calories. It's just good candy. You just got to put the candy in your ears, and it's ear candy. Got more candy. Okay, I'll stop with the candy. Your chorus vocals. Let me just find the spot.
Had to be, you had to slap.
Okay, here.
Find on TV.
Don't you fall in love no more.
Don't you fall in love no more. So that's nice. It's nice to have a contrast from your rapping as well, just to take a breath from like such syllabic, syllable heavy singing or vocals, and then just to have melody thrown at us. It's just a nice cleanup. I think you could also clean up the sound of your voice, because this is the same thing that you have in your intro, if I'm not mistaken. No, your intro has cleaner vocals.
My CD.
No, it's cleaner. It's the same thing. It's the same thing as you have in your intro. So you might consider also, it's really nice having your breathy vocals, but if you add a little low end to that, don't you fall fall in love no more. Just for the second chorus here, this part of here. So what it does is that it subconsciously like grows into something a little more than the last chorus. In this case, the intro. It tells us that like the song is growing, and every chorus changes just a little bit in that way, or in like layers. Don't you fall in love no more. The harmony, it would be great. It would sound really good actually.
A dime piece, slide my CD, top find on TV. Yeah, she followed me to the back.
Couple more bloods. It's a short chorus, by the way. It's a bit of a short chorus to jump back into the rap. I like that what you do to manage that, what you do to mitigate that, is you put in a break right here.
But I'm addicted to the feeling. Chanel number 5 and some other shit that was passive. But I'm addicted to the feeling.
And then we're getting to new singing vocal territory. So it's not exactly rapping, it's not exactly it's singing, it's fully singing, but it's not exactly like the breathy open vocals. It's something new that we're hearing that we haven't heard before. That's a great idea. It's kind of like a bridge, which is great. It changes, again, keeping us on our toes. It's great.
In the bag, cause my baby really like that ass so fat. Yeah, I got it going on.
Like those fat asses too, eh? Yeah.
With these groovy beats that turn you on while we driving down the bay with the windows down. Yeah, we run this town. Take a look at what you did and take a look at what you found. Don't you fall in love no more. Roll a couple more blunts at the show.
By this point, I'm already vibing with the chorus. You could repeat it again. You could repeat it again. Don't you fall in love no more. You know, like go up a little bit. I would repeat it. If I was in your position, I'm with the hook at this point. Like, you know what I mean? I'm with it. And if you really wanted to like improvise on it and like vocalize, it could be a really like good sounding thing. So I would go for it. I would extend your chorus. I would double it here and lean into it. Honestly, my lady really liked that. Yeah, mine too. Isn't it great? Anyways, so yeah. Honestly, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all that I had to say. Your choruses, your chorus vocals could like build one thing into the next. They could get a little bit more and more and more. As the third chorus goes, you could double it in length and make it really epic and make it sound the top of the game kind of chorus wise, and it'll really light up. It'll really light the song up unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think I am. So I think that's pretty much all I gotta say, St. Rose, about this song. It's good, it's vibey. I love the lo-fi influence into the R&B influence, into the full-out rap influence. I like the way you rap, so you check off a lot of boxes to make the song pretty close to radio ready. Now we just need to tune up those nitty-gritties. Nitty-gritty is like I could name the episode today. Like, that would be the name of it. The real nitty-gritties. You know? That's what we've been getting into, is like the details. Getting into the weeds of it. Or whatever you say. Sans farger d'un fleur du tapis, as they say here. Such a Quebec phrase. I'm so sorry. I'm the only one that found that funny. J Dill the man. That's your producer. He's a good producer, man. He identifies him. I'm glad. What I love about your producer is there was no fucking producer tags in that beat. You know what told me what I needed to know about your producer? The production. And there was no need to have hearing his production name anywhere. We didn't need it. If you rap it at some point, you know, fine, whatever. If you work it into the rap creatively, that's a different story. But I love that he let his sound speak for himself, because at least I didn't hear a producer tag. So I'm happy about that. I don't like producer tags. I think they're lazy, and I think that they limit production. I wish J Dilla a legend. He is really great. Honestly, he's a great producer. But Thank you, either way, St. Rose, for allowing us to listen to the song online, to provide feedback, comments, criticism, critiques, whatnot, constructive, and if it may be, if you're open to it, it will be. I appreciate you being with us this entire time, and thank you for trusting us with your track. We're on our last one of the day, folks. Thank you very much once again to all whom submitted and joined the queue and allowed us to listen to their music today. St. Rose, notwithstanding, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Hot damn. Talk about appreciation. I wouldn't have a fucking show if people like you didn't come and drop a track. So I appreciate you. Least I can do is tell you how to make your music a little better. Right? Least I can do. Take a couple minutes, smoke a cup of weed, smoke a cup of weed. But here we go. We got the last one of the day so far. Matter of fact, I'm going to call it. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to end this one early today. I'm going to actually say that the queue is now closed. We're gonna say that is that on that. But here we go with general tips. Like, what can I say about general tips? A reliable subscriber, great comments on other people's music, has real pertinent feedback to give, a great producer themselves. What more needs to be said? Let's get to the fucking track. You know what I mean? Like, Christ. And what are you saying about this? Still working on this, so it's short. Okay, well, short, but could be sweet. Was a track of bird noises I was playing with and kind of like what I had from months ago, so I started making a song with it. From bird noises. All right, y'all, this is going to be good. This is going to be so good that I'm going to pick up the joint that I forgot I had and smoke it with the joint that I knew I had. All right, I'm ready. Here we go, guys. Bird grunge. Oh my God, I'm still not ready. I'm still not ready. Okay, here we go. Without further ado, Tips, the producer, Tips, and the track, Bird grunge. Let's go. Are you serious? That was in so many ways awesome. Okay, so yeah. Wow! I've been working on it. Jesus Christ. Dog, if this is what you came up with, hold up. I gotta talk for a second. You were making this shit while I was mixing like Highway Time, the song that I was working on yesterday. What? I hope, I'm glad. Let me start by saying, if that in any way inspired this production, I want to see what parts your brain connected to say that this was inspired from that. It's obviously not, but holy shit. Fucking balls, man. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like, it took me on a trip. It took me on a voyage. I was off. I was obviously hearing the mixing, but I wasn't caring about anything. So it's like, does it really matter? The mixing was not to say the least of it, but it was great. Let's listen here. What do we got here? Magnus Flips. Hey, man, how you doing? Can you listen to cover of my song? I'm not sure. It's on BandLab. Nope. No, thank you. No, my computer's not going to be able to handle that. And also the queue is closed. And also there's a queue. And also covers are probably going to be censored because so many reasons. I'm sorry. That is not going to be possible today. But be sure to come back with a SoundCloud link. And something that might not be flagged with copyright, just because I don't feel like, having to contest audio and stuff like that. If you have original productions, for instance, I'd love to review those. Speaking of original productions, let's talk about this for a second. Tips. There were parts of the drums that were matching up with his vocals as I was doing it. It was funny. That's crazy. That's crazy to me. Because it's in B flat, right? The song. What's in this? What's this in? C. It's in C. This song is in C. So, it's on the scale. It's on the scale. Wow, dude. This is crazy production. This is crazy levels of production. C and F a lot. That's cool. Those are cool keys. Consider F sharp. For me, if you would. If ever you're going to dedicate a song to me, which, I'm not saying you have to, but if ever you were going to dedicate a song to me, consider F sharp. No, but let's talk about this production for a second. You know what the only real comment on, like, a creative level I have is? Everything is so glitchy. Everything is so glitchy and so, like, chaotic. The only thing that is not as glitchy are the drums. So maybe consider bringing in a little bit of like, almost like dub breakbeaty style, like repeating snares, like those glitchy drum samples in. Maybe like consider bringing the glitch to the drums as well. Not so much so that it steps on the rest of the glitches, but so that the drums have their own moments of like audible glitchery. If that's even a thing. Yeah, let's call it that. Audible glitchery. Let's get the drum, exactly, break chord breaks, even just like literally actually snipped break chord breaks inserted in strategically, really chaotically and unpredictably, just like the rest of the song. Fucking with your drums as the rest of your song fucks with itself means that the whole song will be fucking with itself in a very synergetic way. My girlfriend loves when I use that word, synergy. She loves that one. It'll be synergetic in its approach, and it'll just like, and it'll explode. I was looking for some drum rolls for the change-ups. Well, yeah, for sure. Drum fills, drum rolls, that kind of stuff. But even what you have, like, honestly, just glitching it and, like, like doing, like, triplets, sort of, triplet attack, those little attacks of the sounds that you already have to work with, instead of inserting other drum fills, might be sufficient even. Just make it glitch, I guess is what I'm saying. I don't know many tools for glitching, so I can't really tell you what to do with that. But glitch it up, bro. The only other comment that I had was about around the end of this song. For sure I was feeling that yesterday. Yeah, for sure you were, because you're smart. We're going to need a little more high frequency engagement in this section. And like, obviously I can tell that it is not a necessarily finished section from like here to here kind of thing. in this area, is what I'm saying. It's not. It sounds a little bit like I plugged those drums from earlier. Oh, cool. Well, shit. There you go. So yeah, I would say I want to make a new pattern for it. I see. So yeah. You're gonna maybe fill this section considering adding a little bit of like high-end swells as well. Maybe like even if it's as simple and stupid as like a sawtooth wave with a vibrato on it, kind of like literally just an attack of like some vibrato sawtooth like swell. It might just create that contrast between that darkness of this section of like the. And then you come back to it. You gotta finish it though. You gotta finish it. That is by far my most important request. Tips. Finish it, man. Finish the song. We need to hear the song. Yes, I'm like begging you. Like literally on, like not on my hands and knees, but like I'm on my ass begging you. Ooh, that doesn't have the same ring to it, does it? We're gonna revoke that. We're gonna veto that. But we're going to retcon is the word I was looking for. But that was a great song. That was a fantastic thing. Pleading, sure. I'm pleading the fifth as of now on. From now on. Jesus, I can't talk. It was a great song, dude. Tips, it was a great song. It was like creative considering you stemmed from bird recordings. I can't get over that. I can't get over how it evolves. Because you hear the influence, you hear that like sort of layer on it, and then throughout it just evolves into something that is just completely another level of grit, and I fucking love it. And honestly, I need you to make the music video for this using bird footage, but using bird footage, using like tips for discomfort, like filming to create discomfort, like the genre of the unsettling is, I think, what I want you to create a music video in the genre of the unsettling, but for birds. I need you to do that for birds. I need birds emerging from their shells in the most disgusting of ways. I need like birds falling from trees and not like saving themselves and just like kind of just poofing along the floor. I need the unsettling applied to birds for this song, and you're gonna have like kind of a viral video on your hands. I think you would go viral with that, man. I think it's an easy way to go viral. Actually, you like upload a 60-second like clip of your music video, which is in and of itself super disturbing and weird, and like the song itself goes with it. That's just gonna blow up on TikTok. Get it hot before it goes away from the US. But yeah, dude, great song. Holy shit, great song. Just really well written. My favorite of the day. Well, not my favorite of the day necessarily, but like my most so little to do with it of the day, I think. It just needs to be finished. So I guess that's not true. It needs a lot of work in that it needs to be finished. Never mind, I didn't say anything. Forget I said anything. As usual. You know? Okay, thank you. General tips. You haven't done video editing in forever. You think ChatGPT does video now? I certainly hope they do, because then I have a whole list of ideas for my D&D games. That said, general tips, thank you for allowing us to listen to the song, provide feedback on it, comment, critique, criticize, and or constructively comment on it. I've said comment already. I'm just bad at talking right now. Thank you for allowing us to provide that feedback and being open to it, because I know you are. You listen, despite your going with my joke. I know you listen to some of the shit I say, or at least you take it into consideration, and I'm grateful for that. So thank you. I'm glad that you're always thankful, but so am I. General tips for being a subscriber, for being a longtime supporter of the channel, and for being our last song of the day. I like closing on a good note, so I'm happy that we're doing that today. Thank you to all our submitters, thank you to our subscribers, and thank you to everyone who has joined us once again. I'll see you guys most likely next week. Ooh, actually, I got a contract next Tuesday, so I might have to think of something. I might not be able to do it next week. We'll speak Either way, good to have you all with us today. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time, whether it be next week or whether it be the week after. But either way, until then, toodaloo, motherfuckers. Take care, guys.
Hey, hey, hey. What you got to say? Good times. These are the good times. Leave your cares behind. These are the good times.
I said a hip hop, a hippie to the hip hoppy. You don't stop, a rocker to the bang bang boogie. So up jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie that beat. Now what you hear is not a test. I'm rapping to the beat, and me, the groove, and my friends are gonna try to move your feet.
Steady walks wearily down the street with the brim pulled way down low. Ain't no sound but the sound of his feet. Machine guns ready to go. Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for this? Are you hanging on the edge of your seat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Yeah. Dancing very close, you won't get much closer till you sacrifice it all. You won't get to taste it with your face against the wall. Get up and commit, show the power trapped within. Do just what you want to, now stand up and begin. How do you think I'm gonna get along without you when you go? Took me for everything that I had and you kicked me out of my home. Are you satisfied? How long can you stand the heat? Out of the doorway, the bullets rip to the sound of the beat. Look out! Hey, hey, hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in your eyes, and this chaos it defies imagination. Hey, 5, 6, 7 minus 9 lives. We've arrived at panic station. Let me see you go hotel, motel. What you gonna do today? Said if I get a fly girl, gonna get some spank and drive off in a Death Row J. Everybody go hotel, motel, holiday inn. Said if your girl start acting up, then you take her friend. Good times. I never believed that I would concede and let someone trample on me. You strung me along, I thought I was strong, but you were just gaslighting me. I've opened my eyes and counted the lies, and now it is clearer to me. You are just a user and an abuser, living vicariously. I never believed that I would concede and get myself blown asunder. You strung me along, I thought I was strong, but you have just pushed me under. I've opened my eyes and counted the lies, and now it is clearer to me. You are just a user and an abuser, and I refuse to take it. Won't stand down, I'm growing stronger. Won't stand down, I'm on no longer. Won't stand down, you've used me for too long. No Now I'm coming back, a counterattack and playing you at your own game. I'm cutting you out, a shadow of doubt is gonna hang over your name. I've opened my eyes, I see your disguise, I will never see you the same. I know how to win before you begin, I'll shoot you before you take aim. Now I'm coming back, a counterattack, a psychological war. I'm cutting you in, I'm under your skin, now I'm gonna settle the score. I've opened my eyes, I I'll see your disguise, I will never see you the same. I know how to win before you begin. I'll shoot you before you take aim.